Alright, there we go. Everybody, welcome back to Odyssey of the Dragonlords. Obviously those who are watching this recorded won't know, but we start a little bit later than usual because IRL stuff happened. Porunga wouldn't be able to join us today, also because of IRL stuff, so for now, it's just all of us. In the last session, the party of the Dawnbringers, and there's some noise in the background, Pumo?
Pumo.
In the last session, the party of the Dawnbringers, well, they decided that they wasn't gonna beat around the bush. That they wanted to go to the place that they believed would lead them to their next step on their destination. If anything, just to see what the deal is about. They departed from the city of Mitros on the back of the legendary ship Ultras, using the Antikythera device to guide themselves through the stars and through the primordial seas of Thylea. They ran into a group of manticores who asked for a living sacrifice. They didn't specify of what though, so the party made ends meet by sacrificing a goat to the manticores. Therefore, they were allowed passage to this region of the ocean. After this, the party arrived at the Island of Yonder, the headquarters of most of the military forces of the Order of Sydon. In an effort to, well, spy on the forces of the Order of Sydon, as well as, more namely, Commander Gaius, and what his objective with stealing a piece of the Antikythera device, revolves around. The party split up into a couple of groups, one lookout and one infiltration. The infiltration group consisting of Derek, Exandri, and Drakgar. They infiltrated a troops garrison, knocked out a couple of the guards without being detected, and now are thinking of where to go from here. The lookout team, Porunga, Bouxfhades, and the lizard, they decided to remain behind and keep an eye out on anything that may seem like may go bad for the infiltration team. Not sure how they intend to alert the infiltration team about potential incoming threats, but, well, we'll figure that out, won't we? And
The
that...
answer.
Yeah, go ahead.
I said you won't like the answer.
The answer
no.
the answer may surprise you.
That's what I was gonna say.
So, as a quick refresher, this is what the Island of Yonder looks like. It is a large rocky island with a equally large plateau towards the middle of it, where most of the buildings, presumably where most of the inhabitants of the island are at. You guys are currently right here in this segment of the island, which is where a couple of forward units, troops garrisons are located at. Let's zoom and enhance there. As we find ourselves right here in this troops garrison. Drakgar's invisibility has disappeared as he chokehold a guard so much that they passed out. Whereas Derek's and Exandri's invisibility still continues. And that is where we are right now.
Alright, I'm going to whisper to... I'm going to flail my arms about until I find Derek. I assume he's still over by the, I forgot what these are called. Ballista.
Ballista?
Yeah, because that's where I left him, because I asked him to help me cut the rope. So I'm going to flail my arms around to find him.
No, you can
And
just
then-
whisper.
And then I'm going to whisper, I'm going to go over the edge, and I'm going to give my brother some directions. I'll be right back. Just keep a watch, and if something bad starts to happen, try not to get caught. And I'm gonna fly down off the edge so I can see my brother.
Go flip.
Actually, speaking of keeping a watch, Bouxfhades, could you make me a perception check? Just as a quick reminder, you're watching the garrison from a slight elevation across one of the rivers of the island.
Okay. That doesn't work for my wisdom crown thing, right? Just
No,
Er-
the crown gives you bonuses on saving throws, not on ability checks.
oh, okay, cool.
Bad.
16.
No.
Did it work? Oh, there. I
no,
couldn't
16.
see it.
So you start spotting some movement going on. Just to very quickly move you back to the island map for a moment. Right where you see the pathway that leads from the center of the island, to the area where your team is infiltrating the garrison at, you begin to spot a bit of movement. At first, you couldn't quite catch what it was because the moonlight, shadows, sometimes they play tricks on your mind. But you are very confident you have an idea as to what this looks like. You see what you recognize as a bull, not a minotaur, just a bull that seems head to toe covered in armor. It is. You believe there's someone riding on the back of it. One of the soldiers. You can't make out the specifics of their features because, well, you're a decent distance away. But you at the very least recognize the, the figure of the bull-like mount that, this character is riding upon. You, upon closer inspection with that 16, you actually notice a concerning detail. It's not that the bull is covered in, head to toe in armor. You believe that the bull is just made out of metal. As this is the creature you see. A little bit too big for the map, but, gets the idea across.
Oh no.
From time to time, a slight sickly greenish-looking smoke emanates from the nostrils of this bull-like creature. As the soldier riding on top of it seems to be heading, you believe, in towards the garrison where your teammates are currently, infiltrating. They're just, as far as you can tell, no alarm has been rang. No form of alert has been given. They're moving at a somewhat slow pace.
Okay. Am I? Do you know how far I am away from the bull? Would you say like 100 feet, like 200 feet?
I'll say roughly. I'll say roughly like 100 or so feet.
Okay. I tell Porunga to stay put where he's at, and I'm going to, because they're still across the river, right?
Correct.
So I assume there's like river noise. I'm gonna try to work my way slowly to the riverbank, but still within the edge of the forest to get a closer look.
I want you to remember what type of armor you're wearing.
Um.
I'm gonna need you to give me a stealth check with advantage, because your powder moves are being masked by the river. Here's the thing, though, because your armor by default gives you disadvantage on stealth checks, the advantage from the river will nullify it, making it a straight roll. So,
Okay.
if you really want to get close, as close as what you're describing, then that will constitute a stealth check.
I think wouldn't it just be better if Porunga did it?
Well, but I mean, yes, it would, but he's not here, so I wasn't sure how that would work.
Well, because were we told by PBJ if he wanted Porunga to be controlled this session?
Yes, he did, because he knows that we're on the island.
Alright, in that case, here's what
If that's allowed, then I would rather him do it than me, because obviously it would make no sense for me to do it, because he has invisibility.
Usually like clank, 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 clank.
Well, he has invisibility, yeah, but I'm not sure he would spend another spell slot trying to cast it on himself. At the very least, I don't believe he would do that.
Yeah.
Oh,
I don't know if you can respond to that. Never mind.
Yeah, I don't think
yeah.
he would
One of y'all
respond.
control Porunga at this point because
I will.
I will lean over to Porunga and whisper to him and point out the metal bull and explain to him what I've seen.
Porunga, who is currently T-posing on the side of the river, will stop T-posing and say something along the lines of, well, I mean, what can we do about it? You know? Like, do we set up a light and alert potentially everybody?
That was kind of my plan, but I don't know that this is necessarily that far of an emergency in yet.
So what, should we just get closer and see what their deal is?
Yeah, I think you should move forward, and I'll stay put for the time being because I'm very loud.
Okay. Well, I am not. As Porunga will. What spells does he have? Damn. Here's what happens when you pick exclusively damaging spells.
Mm.
Yeah, there's not a lot of utility spells here. He has one more invisibility, I guess, but I'm not sure if he would spend the spell slot just yet.
Yeah, I don't. He probably
Uh,
wouldn't spend it.
He's gonna stealth for the time being, and hoping that the river noises can cancel out his potential sound. As he rolls stealth. Oh, why is this a query roll? There we go. Give it a moment. He's rolling 19 because his sound was being masked by the river, so that was advantage. Thank God for the advantage. You see as Porunga slides down the hilly incline, from your side of the river, Bouxfhades, and he seems to, land somewhere in a location where a couple of big rocks can hide most of his figure. A couple of rocks do come loose, and they fall into the river itself, but there's no sign that the soldier or the bull heard those noises. From Porunga's perspective, he wouldn't really notice too much out of the ordinary. Well, I mean, I suppose a metal bull is out of the ordinary.
Right.
But again, there's no sign that alarm has given. It's more like this is either a patrol or additional reinforcements for the fort / garrison. They, at the pace they're going, they roughly would probably arrive in like a couple of minutes at most.
So they are getting pretty close, though.
Yeah, we're getting very close, and it does seem they are heading into that specific fort that your allies infiltrated, presumably infiltrated.
Hmm.
Shit, guys.
Porunga will kind of climb back up the little incline, look at you, Bouxfhades, and say, they're moving pretty slow, like very casually. They'll probably get to the fort in like a couple of minutes.
Am I able to visually see? Well, no, I wouldn't because they're invisible. Never mind. Just kidding.
No, you can't see them because they're invisible, and the one that you would be able to see, which is Drakgar, is on the other side of the garrison.
Right, on the other side of the garrison. Jeez. But they are toward the front, right? Like near the ballista. Well, I don't know that.
Yeah,
Never mind. Just kidding.
Like from
Just
this
kidding.
From this distance, it looks more like sticks moving around a series of lines. And
Right.
you're pretty sure the sticks you're seeing are the soldiers themselves.
Okay. I am going to do something really stupid because I don't know what else to do. I'm going to tell Porunga to pretty much run and find somewhere to hide away from me.
Oh no.
And then
Go ahead.
and then if he agrees to do so, I'll continue. But is he going to go hide?
He says, "All right, just don't get killed, bro." And he,
That's exactly how he would say
yeah,
it.
that's that's what
Straight up
Porunga would say. And
So-
he just runs over to one of the rocks, hiding next to Lizard, Wizard the Lizard. Before you do whatever it is that you're trying to do, please. Very quickly cutting back to the infiltration team. As Exandri, well, yeah, you eventually, after flailing your arms around for like a little bit, you eventually, find Derek. You whisper to him what your plan of action is. So, what do you do now?
I go down to my brother, and I whisper, since he is no longer invisible, to take the soldier's body back to our group of friends that we left up on the cliffside, and see if he could get both of these to dress up as the soldier, since he is human and the rest of us are not. Oh, the whole time I'm whispering.
Yes, just as a big detail. Not all of the soldiers of the Order of Sydon are human that you've seen so far. It's just, well, the generic token is just human.
Is the one that we knocked out human? What
The
is he?
one that you knocked out looks half elven.
Half elven?
Mhm.
Yeah, okay, so
you
that's-
almost didn't notice until you removed the helmet off his his head, but he does have slightly, like sharp ears.
And I'll ask him to get both of these to change into the soldier, and then we'll see if we can get both of these to essentially um it I can't think of the word. Like replace the soldier that we knocked out and help try to intrude in the facility to see what's going on.
And I'll
To
say,
gain information.
Okay.
sorry. I'll say, all right, that sounds like a plan, and then I'll start moving the body over there stealthily, if I can.
Well.
Or I mean, like slowly, not try to, or I don't know.
So here's the thing. To put the image in your head, so to speak. The way your hiding spot that you left to get here, is facing, would roughly be somewhere around this direct. Oh shit! Hold on. This direction away from the fort.
Oh, that's where they're at.
Yeah,
Yes.
like you'd be running in front of the fort. That'd be
Does
Yeah.
okay. Does the trench kind of lead towards it, or not like the trench, or kind of like the hilly area that I'm at? Does that kind of look like it leads towards?
It kind of leads in such a way that it splits off one path to go into the other series of buildings that are surrounding the garrison, and the other, goes into the main road, so to speak, that presumably goes from here all the way to the center plateau to the rest of the island.
Okay, and then it's still dark, right?
It's still dark. There's moonlight and natural light, and some torchlight from the fort itself seems to light up this immediate vicinity. At least some segments of it.
Okay, so it's not. It's pretty dark, but it's not like pitch black out.
Correct.
Okay, if I theoretically, the part I'm at splits off to the other buildings right now, right?
Correct. Do you don't know what those other buildings are? They look very nondescript from the distance. Could very well be either housing for the inhabitants of the island, or there could be smaller barracks for the soldiers.
Does where it splits off look like it's far enough away to where it would be hard to see me because of how dark it is, or?
It would roll me a perception check.
Okay. Hold on, give me 2 seconds. I forgot to open up my character sheet. Give me. Oh, let's go.
You believe you see somewhere, in the nearby area that could potentially be a better place to hide the body, but that doesn't really help your situation of bringing it back to your, to your camping spot, so to speak.
Okay, so the odds of me getting spotted if I try to go back is pretty high, right?
Well, yeah, unless something is done about the guards
Indeed.
at the gate. What's it called? While you're doing this, Derek, are you doing anything? Derek?
He is dead.
No, I'm not dead. I'm here. I'm just looking at what's going on.
Oh, you're thinking, okay.
Thinking.
Of course, like, you're still over. Presumably, you haven't climbed down back the wall. You're still over here in the upper ramparts of the, garrison. Nearby, you do spot the other guards that are gonna like lookout towers, around the garrison, as well as the two Gigants in the courtyard that seem to be having like a sparring match.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, off to the side, you would see your teammate currently weighing his options, trying to to see what he can do.
As I look around, I think to myself, man, would it be easier if I were to make it rain and make these people disappear so... Oh. Or, when I look around, do I see a door anywhere?
Yes, you see this door over here that seems to lead inside the garrison, as well as two ladders that would presumably get you all the way to the roof, which you've seen is empty, except say for the sort of like bowl that would probably serve as like a fire beacon of sorts.
Okay. Where's the door at again?
Right directly here, north of you.
Okay, I thought that was part of the wall. My bad.
Is there like water nearby me, or does like the not like the ocean, but does
The
it look like there's something that would lead to?
There is a well, you believe, you see one somewhere nearby.
Oh, no, like river
Let's say
or anything nearby that
the
leads to the.
closest river that you would know of is the one that is in between this place and your hiding spot.
Okay, and then does that river look like it leads back to where Bouxfhades and
That is
Belly?
what I just said.
Oh, okay. Sorry, my bad. I didn't hear you right.
But just again, to paint you the mental picture just for a moment, I'm gonna move you back to the island map. You guys, let me remove the party token of the map for a moment. You guys are in that sort of like circle area, the infiltration team. Your hiding spot is on the X right here in between these two places. If you want to move your, the body back to your hiding spot, it would mean you have to essentially cross over the river and scale up an incline back to your hiding spot.
Okay. And then is the water like clear? Oh no, actually it's kind of dark, so it'd be hard for them to see anyways.
Again, this just as a reminder. Well, you wouldn't know this in character, but just to keep in mind, if you, depending on which angle you take back to the to the hiding spot, it will constitute you essentially stepping in front of the garrison to move the body, or maybe you can think of something else.
Yeah, I'm trying to see if I can take a way to go, not in front of it, but on like the side. And then the river would be on the front of the garrison, though, right?
Correct. It's roughly a couple of tens of feet west from the garrison.
Okay. Uh, let's
Make it
see.
rain. Huh. Or you want to make it rain?
Where's my? I need the pencil for a second just to make sure I got.
Wow.
So this.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah.
This way leads to like more buildings and
Yeah,
stuff,
leads to
and then
more
this way
buildings.
leads to like.
That leads basically back to the main road, which goes either east or west. And west of the garrison is where your hiding spot and the river is at.
Okay, so this way I'd probably get spotted, but leave to there, and then this way is just buildings over here.
Correct.
Okay.
While you're weighing over your options, Derek, it sounded like you were in the middle of doing something.
I was thinking, this is the main building, correct? Or something like that? This is the main building?
Main building of this garrison, yes, but maybe not of the Order of Sydon as a whole.
Oh, sorry, I thought, and then, I mean, I want to do something, but apparently, I can't because everything I do will probably cause a big oopsies. I'll probably just sit here and just do nothing.
I have a feeling I'm
Apparently.
going to cause a bigger oopsie than you. Just saying.
And that's a good thing. Then it's not my fault.
Well, none of us know that. So, and with our oath,
Yeah.
you don't get yourself killed.
I mean,
Hey, it could be a distraction for me.
Kill issue.
We don't know what's over there. We can't metagame that.
Yeah,
That's why
you don't know
I
what's
said
in
do on
there.
that quest.
I know. I'm just saying. I'm not.
What I'm thinking is, I want to see if I can put something at the door to get anybody's attention that's inside.
well, you have a couple of options available to you: your spells, your abilities, your
I
equipment.
fly back up.
Everybody should just back up, hide in the bushes, drag the dead body with you. Let's see. Let me just look at my spells. I am invisible.
Mhm.
Oh, let me just. Where's my player thing again? Where am I?
Just for
Yeah,
my
yeah.
information, I guess outside of game, if he throws something, does that also get rid of invisibility, or is it if he just attacks?
Whoever's having those those hiccups, careful over there. Hold your breath. But also, if I suppose you can manipulate objects in such a way that you can move them from one place to another. But I believe the act of moving them with the intention to harm or hit someone constitutes as an attack.
Okay, that was just I wasn't sure how that worked. Just from my knowledge.
And as a added thing, I believe I said this last session, but just to re-clarify, any object you manipulate that wasn't on your person when you were turned invisible doesn't turn invisible when you pick it up. Meaning that
Right.
for everybody else, it just looks like a flying object.
Right.
Okay, perfect. I got it. So I'm gonna cast Minor Illusion. All right, there you go.
Okay.
It's create a sound. I'm gonna create a sound that's if anybody's behind the door will get super annoyed. Okay. So
Okay.
it'll be a sound of water dripping. This just gets louder and louder and louder and louder until it come out saying, "What the hell was this water?" And hopefully, this said person comes out of that room. With my invisibility, if it's still there, I would like to sneak by.
Wait.
Alright. I'm gonna need you to make me. What is you're a bard, right? Make me just.
Also,
Yeah.
I don't think he remembers, but remember, if you cast a spell when you're invisible, you're no longer invisible, sir.
cantripped.
It's still.
It's no spell.
What's it called? So, this is what you want to do? Casting the minor illusion to trick one of the guards?
Yes.
Alright.
Better instantly recast that invis.
As you know, casting this, Alexander, you're flying back up, from informing Drakgar of the course of action you want him to follow. You will hear, as you're like 5 feet away from the actual top of the ramparts, you begin to hear the sound of like dripping water, and you're like confused for a moment. You're not quite sure what's happening there.
I fly faster, thinking that Pumo's doing something dumb.
You fly, and by the time you get here, well, obviously there's no physical water that you see, anywhere really. You hear the sound, and maybe like a faint shimmer in space where the water would be. And you look to the right, where you hear the water, you see the thing. You look to the left, and you see, well, Derek, visible, waving his hand around as the sound of trickling water emanates from one of your directions.
I'll fly over to him as fast as I can and yell, "Go back invisible!" And I whisper that to him.
Yeah, I was gonna say yell. However,
and then be like,
however, as you're doing this, Derek, could you make me a performance check?
the most best performance of all time.
Please not 20.
Performance.
Damn, that's really good.
Oh,
19. Goated.
not bad.
20.
Too good, guys. I told you.
This sounds like a very convincing trickling of water. In fact, so convincing that you almost immediately hear the sound of a voice coming from inside the building say, "Water. But rain is not supposed to come here until a day more." As you hear footsteps coming in from from behind the door. You have.
Can I cast invisibility or no? Is that be too late?
Do you have invisibility?
Yes, I do.
Yes.
I'll just use up my my last spell slot, I believe.
No, you should have more than two level 2 spell slots.
Oh, yeah, I used one already. This would be my second one. This would be a second one if I use it quickly.
Oh yeah.
I have one more left.
So
One more level 3.
Porunga twin casted invisibility on Exandria and Drakgar, and Derek cast invisibility on himself.
So I have one more after this. So I will, after the water and he gets super, so I'm like, God damn it! All right, invisibility. And they're frantic.
I want you to, with that same casting of invisibility, I want you to roll me, on top of it, a stealth check. Because, well, you were visible while casting invisibility out there, in the top ramparts where there could be a couple of people that could see you. Okay. So here's what happens.
Oh no.
You see as... Well, Derek, you do turn invisible, first of all. So, you are no longer seen by Exandria. However, roughly around that same time, you see as one of the soldiers that is on the lookout towers, like the one over here next to you, seems to turn around and say, "What was that noise?" As he seems to be walking in that direction in unison with the person who's also walking out of the door roughly around the same moment. You have like a second or so to react. Exandria, Derek, what do you guys do when you're hearing these two guys approaching, converging the same location?
I was already by Derek's side. I'm going to hold Derek, and I'm gonna fly backwards where he's really close to the edge, and I'm just gonna be like, but I'm not gonna let go of him. So that way we don't lose track of each other. But we're like, we like back off to like right here. I'm flying. I'm not flying. I'm like perched on the ledge, but he would be like in front of me.
Okay, so you're both basically just like teetering on the edge over here. So the two soldiers converge in this location roughly around the same time. They both, like, for the guy who opened the door, kind of looks over, sees the other one who's here as well, and they kind of like stare at each other for a couple of seconds until one of them speaks up and says, "You heard something too?" "Yeah, I did." Water? Water?" One of them kind of questions. "There was supposed to be someone stationed here. Have you seen them?" The other soldier shrugs.
Oh no.
"Send a word out, we might have an intruder." As the two soldiers kind of seem to be moving in opposite directions.
My hand trails up Derek's arm, finds his neck, finds his ear, and I start pulling on his ear.
As you're doing this, you hear the of the trotting of the metallic bull coming near close, and around this time, we got back to Bouxfhades. What was the thing that you were gonna be doing, Bouxfhades?
Oh no.
Out of character point of information. How bright is my gem of brightness compared to a torch?
Depending. Hold on. Let me just reread the description of gem of brightness. Where is it in the treasures folder? Gem of brightness. Has 50 charges. While holding it. I'll keep in mind it has the charges that you can alter to, that you can use to change the effects. Sorry, change the effects of the light.
Right.
As is, it costs 30 foot of 30 foot of bright light, an additional 30 feet of dim. That is 10 more feet than your average torch. So it can be seen from a decent distance away. You can either use we can expand a couple of charges and use the command word to fire a beam of light that reaches up to 60 feet in a direction of your choice. And you can use 5 charges to make just a blinding 30-foot cone flare from your position.
My second question,
Yes.
Do I have to be touching it to use it?
You're holding your connection while you're holding it. Yes, so you have to be.
Okay, so I do have to hold it.
Yeah, so you have to hold the gem and face it like the direction that you're doing the thing.
Okay. So Pumo and Wizzy Lizzy are hidden, right?
Porunga.
Or they're... Or Porunga.
Wizzy
yeah, sorry.
Lizzy has put Porunga on his back and has left the building.
Right.
They are, I mean, depending on where you're doing this, they either still just a couple of feet off the edge of the elevation, or...
No. I told them to run away, and I am moving toward the river as they are moving away from me.
Okay.
As I move toward the river, I'm going to shoot a beam of light at the installation that my teammates are at.
Well, the station's a little bit further than 60 feet away from you at this point, but obviously,
They should still be able to see it, though, right?
A 60-foot long beam of pure light coming out of fucking nowhere would be visible from a lot of places.
In the middle of the
I
night?
imagine. Correct.
Right.
It would be pretty visible from a lot of places. So.
And then, as soon as the beam goes off, and I know that it went off, I yeet myself back into the forest and hide.
Roll me a stealth check first of all, but here's what happens.
That's never a good word.
No. No.
Oh, by the way,
Dead.
Luke, don't forget that you have enhanced ability for dexterity on you right now.
Who, me?
Yes, I do.
No, Derek does.
Oh, that's
Drakgar.
Oh.
No, Drakgar.
Yeah, I think they cast it. I think they cast it on Drakgar. So here's what happens. This all happening sort of simultaneously.
What I have
Uh,
seen. Oh, sorry.
Give me a moment while I just describe what's happening.
Yeah.
So it's all happening sort of simultaneously. On one side, well, Bouxfhades is doing this really risky strategy. On the other, the party's trying to figure out how the fuck do we get out of this one.
Well, nobody's just named us, so it's what it is.
So here's in the moment that you guys are like, fuck, what do we do? What do we do? You just see out of the corner of your eye, like a beam of bright light being shot out in the general direction of the garrison. In an instant, Derek and Xander, because you're still on top of the garrison, you would be seeing the mechanical, the metal bull with the soldier on top, kind of approaching. You notice as immediately as the beam of light, the flashes in the sky, the soldier who's right on top of the bull and all of the soldiers like around the watchtowers of the garrison, kind of look over in that general direction, and one of them says, "Light the beacon. We're under attack. I want all available soldiers in this garrison in that general direction." As the guy who's riding on top of the bull kind of turns around, and you begin to hear like multiple sets of footsteps moving around this entire garrison.
I whisper into Derek's ear, "We can't let them light the beacon."
Distraction for the win.
So did the light shoot across from the opposite side of where I'm at, or was it from the same side I'm at?
Was Drakgar able to see it?
It was fired from, oh shit. It was fired from this direction, right? Oh shit, hold on, I didn't have my...
We're on like the big map.
Yes, that's fine enough. Just, what's it called? Let's fired from this direction. Because we were like around the corner of one of the buildings, I'll say, what is your passive perception, Drakgar?
13.
13. I'll say you didn't see the beam itself, but you saw a flash of light on like around the corner of your peripheral vision.
Okay. So like what I'm trying to ask is like, did he shoot it here and I'm like right here, right? Or are we both right here?
I'm
you're
here I'm here at the river, and I shot it this way. You're over here in this area.
You're over here towards these mountains.
Well, more accurately, roughly towards this center mass of buildings. But yeah.
So if I start heading towards the base, or back to where they're at, would it be at like the same direction they're going, or is it like a different side? You get what I'm trying to say?
Well,
if you were to head back toward me,
I'm trying to head back towards him, but I'm not trying to. If it's in the same direction the beam was coming at, I don't want to do that.
Well, yeah, no, it's coming from the same direction because he's the one shooting it. I
guess Drakgar wouldn't know that I shot the beam though yet.
You don't know. If there was a beam, you just saw a flash, like out of the, again, in your peripheral vision.
Shot.
Okay. Well, if I can, I'm gonna try to not head directly towards the beam, but like maybe like on like the side from like a different direction, try to cross the lake. If that's possible, I'm trying to.
It'll be a little bit difficult, but you'll get your opportunity soon enough, because as we move you guys back to the garrison map, you will begin to see as a good number of troops seems to be heading off into that direction. By the time, like, these guys are really well organized, as you would expect from soldiers devout to Sidon. By the time, like, around less than a minute after the alert was given by some of the guards, you guys are already seeing like soldiers come out of the doors of the the main building, lined up in formation, getting ready to move out in that direction. What's it called? You do hear one of the soldiers say, "Have a couple remain vigilant here. We don't know where these possible intruders may be at." One of the soldiers points at one of the Gigans and says, "You, come with us. as the Gigan grabs weapons with all 6 of his arms and begins to head out. They begin to head out of the, of the garrison. So Drakgar, Derek, and Exandri, you guys would see as a good number of soldiers just like went out of the garrison. You're not sure how many are left inside, but at least one of them was left to light the beacon to send the alarm to the rest of the island. What do you guys do?
Where's the beacon that they're going to light?
At the very top of the building.
Can I fly up to see the top of the building where the beacon is?
So, this map doesn't really allow me to show you the very top of the building, but here's what I'll describe. I described it the first time you guys infiltrated the base, but it's like a very flat rooftop with just a minor railing at, surrounding it. There is a set of stairs that lead presumably from the second floor all the way to the, to the roof. And there's a giant bowl with lots of wood and charcoal, inside. There is like 1 or 2 torches, on one of the, 2 of the corners of the square roof. And around the time where you begin to fly up, you see a soldier kind of run up the stairs and seems to be heading to one of the torches.
Oh my god.
Can I land down on the roof? I'm still invisible, and I kind of want to crouch so it'd be hard for people not on that top flat platform with me to see me. And I'm going to break my invisibility and reach out my hand and cast Hold Person.
Okay. I'm gonna roll a wisdom saving throw from the guard. Let me see. I have the soldier sheet right here. Set it to public. Wisdom. No.
You got the dumb one.
So
He falls and trips.
So you're basically, on the roof, flying towards the roof. You see the guy like reaching his hand out to one of the torches to, personally take it to light the bowl, and right as he's about to reach it, you shoot your magic at this guy, and he kind of like tenses up. His eyes, the only thing he can move at the moment, as he does kind of look in your general direction. You see through gritted teeth, he's trying his hardest to like shout, that there's an intruder, that he sees you there, but he's unable to do so as he lies currently paralyzed. You have like 6 or so seconds before he's able to attempt to break out of it. What do you do in those 6 seconds?
I run and grab the torches and throw them off the side of the building.
Oh, jeez.
Okay.
Could just told me to do it. I'm really right next to you. I could just pick them up.
No, I went up a whole floor. I mean, you're right next to the wall that you would have felt me tug your ear as I flew upwards, but now I'm on top. So like, this is another level, Pumo. So like, there's a wall right here to climb up.
Yeah. So just.
So you dropped me off the edge.
Did you drop
You're
Derek?
telling me?
Did you drop Derek off the?
Definitely on the edge then.
No,
Could've
I was on
fallen.
the edge and Derek was up against the edge.
Okay, so it was against you. So you didn't quite
Nice.
drop him. You just let him slide down
Your feet never left the ground, bro.
I
So
see.
just
So
just as a thing, because I only have 2 floors for the map, because that's the ones that I could get for this. So this is the first floor, and then 10 feet up is the second floor, which you guys are seeing right now, and then further 10 feet up is the roof, of the tower segment of the building. What's it called? So you would be somewhere in the middle area of that black square. Just I don't have a segment that visualizes that last part. So you're after incapacitating him, you kind of reach for the torch, move back, reach for the other torch, and just toss them off the side.
I just fucking yanked him off the building.
Roughly after, takes you roughly 6 seconds to do that, probably less, and then he tries to break out of it again. He still can't break out of it again. Yeah, again, you believe you have roughly another 6 or so seconds before you can attempt to break free. Do you do anything during that? Because this
Did
guy, obviously you've alerted him. He knows you're here. He's definitely gonna at least shout the alarm for soldiers to come help him out.
Did I see both the
off.
guards leaving and the torches fall off the building?
That depends. Alexander, which side of the building you have tossed the torches from?
This side.
Okay, so yeah, Drakgar, you would have seen like that large contingent of soldiers leaving, Gaigan in tow, as well as the couple of torches falling off the, being tossed rather, off the side.
Okay, so Oh, sorry.
I whisper in his ears, please don't die, please don't die, please don't die. And I'll shove him off on the side too.
Oh no!
On his head, on his head, on his head, on his head.
I'm gonna first roll the damage, because
Can-
he might
oh, no.
not, because he might not die from this. Okay, so you are on the first floor, 10
Gar,
feet up.
tackle him.
Top
Maybe
of the
30
second
foot
floor.
ball.
10,
Throws him off, it's hilarious.
20. I mean, no, it would be like a 20-foot fall.
Still hurts.
Because the only thing that is on the third floor, technically speaking, is the roof. There is no like third floor per se. So it's a 20 feet fall, meaning that's 2d6 points of falling damage.
Uh-oh.
Guys,
8.
That's fine.
He doesn't die, but you hear a nasty thud when he gets dropped off the building, and I'm gonna just do another wisdom save for him in case he does break out. I believe still fails. So hold on. Just to visualize this, let me put this soldier token like right here, like off the side of the building.
paralyzed him.
What's it called? So you hear a nasty thud as he hits the ground, and Drakgar, you see the paralyzed guard in this awkward position, just kind of like hitting the ground.
Breathing.
You see as a couple of tears fall off his eyes, and he's in so much pain, but he can't actually, move from the paralyzed position.
Drag him into the bushes.
He still looks conscious? Question mark. You see his eyes. You see his eyes move around frantically. His teeth gritted so hard that you believe he's about to bite into his own lower lip. What's it called? Well, this time I'll bounce the ball to you, Drakgar. What do you do when you see the guard on the ground?
When I see him fall, I'm gonna go run over and check on him, make sure see if he like got knocked out or if he's conscious.
Oh no,
or...
like I said, you realize he's still conscious because you see his eyes flail around like frantically. He's just paralyzed, and I believe you've seen the magic done before, so you understand this was probably work of Exandri's whole person.
Okay, can I try to not kill him, but knock him out? To make sure.
Roll me just an attack roll with advantage.
Dead. One shot's him right there.
What, just like a regular strength roll?
Actually,
or just one of my weapon?
I mean, yeah, I guess it could be like a regular strength roll. Actually, on second thought, I don't believe you can't not knock him out.
Kill him.
He's literally like petrified right now.
Yeah, so like right before, just you kind of come over here. You may or may not feel sorry for the guy. He fell like 20 feet. He's still paralyzed. So you're like, sorry, buddy, and just
in case.
He's gonna just quickly punch him. You're gonna punch him in the face. You no longer see his eyes dart around. But you don't believe you hit him hard enough to kill him.
Can I check his pulse to make sure I didn't kill him?
Make me medicine check.
So sad.
Alright, let's go. Where's medicine? Oh, right here.
What?
Let's go!
Yeah, you feel a pulse. You're very confident that the heal will probably be in pain for a long time to come. But he will probably survive.
Alright, and then I'm gonna try to go climb up the... Wait, was it scale? It wasn't scalable, right? Or was it scalable?
It is not scalable in a traditional sense because it's like a smooth stone/marble wall. Except for a couple of slits and openings on the side that are not big enough to really count as windows, and they wouldn't provide too much in the way of grip.
Get wrecked.
Okay, so there's no way for me to get back up. the building?
Not exactly, no. Derek.
Okay.
While Alexander did their
Oh yeah,
thing.
is Derek still invisible?
Yeah,
No,
he's so invisible.
he is. But Alexander did her thing. Dragon did his thing. Derek, are you doing anything during this weird sort of like series of events?
I'm like, okay, so this is what happened. I watch
He's like
it.
body.
Can I
Throw
technically
me a
see
rope.
what Josh? Oh, technically, can I see what she did, or is it just too tall for me to actually notice? She did.
Well,
Like,
yeah, because she was basically 10 feet above you on the roof. You weren't exactly privy to what happened there. That and there's like a like railing to further cover the roof. So while you're not 100% in the specifics, you believe that Alexandru just shoved the man off the building to their potential death.
I tell myself, man, I think he's dead. And I'm assuming like, I knew she had it in her somehow.
Location is up there praying. Please don't die. Please don't die. Please don't die. No.
Like, I knew she had it in her to do something like this. I'm like, oh well, would Derek notice if the person that went in here had exited when they were told that everybody must be present outside or in front of the garrison?
You believe that he may have been one of the guards that the person that came out to check on the minor illusion. You believe that was one of the guards that exited out with the other group of guards.
And I will attempt to check if this door is open to then open the door.
It is open. Just one moment. You will see that inside of the building, a long hallway that leads to a series of doors and other set of stairs.
Is there any windows out here, like on the side right here?
No.
The right side, on the right side.
On the right side is those slits. They're not
slits?
like big enough to be considered windows. They're like, well, considering that you are somewhat familiar with like military stuff, I'll say you recognize them as arrow slits. The main purpose is for archers to just stand behind here and just like shoot arrows at incoming attackers. What's it called? So through those arrow slits, you might be able to see, like if you look down good enough, you will be able to see Drakgar and the soldier. In fact, you would peep through the window around the same time that, again, from your perspective, you see Drakgar double tap the guard who fell from the tower by punching him in the face.
And I'm like, they make me so proud.
And then do I see Derek or no?
You
Or in the
would-
window?
No, you wouldn't.
you wouldn't be able to exactly see him through the window.
Okay.
I'm like, well, okay, so I will attempt to enter this door. If I will try to see if I could hear anybody in the room.
You don't hear most of anybody, no. The Alexandria is not there. She's technically on the floor above this place, but that's roughly the position where she would be right about now.
Okay.
You see what appears to be a like barracks, beds, nightstands and the like, a couple of small personal chests at the sides and bottoms of each of the bunks.
Okay. Since I'm here, do I see anything of any value?
At first glance, from a perception check.
Okay, yeah, that's a perception.
Yeah,
If not, I want to do
me.
I want to do something here. Mild inconvenience. Is it perception or perception?
Yeah, perception.
I'll take it.
21. You notice that there's not that much of value, or at least nothing that you would consider valuable. Not like left out in the open at the very least. It would take you a while, but you could try and investigate the individual like coffers and the like that are in the in the barracks. But it would take you a while. At first glance, however, you believe you see a couple of journals, couple of scribbled on pieces of paper, Maybe one or two pouches that could have some coin there, but other than that, you're pretty confident there. At least the first line, you're pretty confident there's nothing else of note.
Okay, so this is what I'm gonna do in here. I'm gonna take the journals because they might have information. So just Derek is using his brain, and then after that, I'm going to dishevel all the beds, all the pillows everywhere, all the blankets everywhere. If there's any drinks or anything around, like any liquids, pour it on the beds.
What?
Okay.
Just being a menace.
Yeah, I'm being a menace here. I'm like, fuck it. Look, they took my shit. They're still here living in 500 years from now. Time to screw them over a little bit.
Oh god.
So, alright, that's gonna take you a bit because it's a lot of coffers, a lot of journals, a lot of beds. So it's gonna take you. You're gonna be at this for a moment.
Still invisible though, technically.
I mean, yeah, you haven't really attacked anybody or casted a spell. You're just manipulating objects. So again, from the cameraman perspective, so to speak, it just looks like a bunch of objects being flying around everywhere, being moved everywhere.
There's a poltergeist.
Yeah,
The poltergeist.
What's it called? Drakgar. Actually, yeah. Here's what's happening, because while you guys are here, Bouxfhades is about to have the time of his life. Bouxfhades, you went to go hide somewhere in the woods, quote unquote, to try and see if you could outpace the, if you could outpace the guards, or at least outmatch them or whatever. You didn't roll that great. You hide behind a series, behind a couple of trees. You believe, due to the general layout of the land, you may be able to just barely get away with it if they, don't look too hard. Which you did anticipate that they would indeed look too hard. You find yourself, I believe this map would represent it the best.
Dun, 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 dun.
Oh
my
you
gosh,
find
dude.
yourself roughly around here ways in this nearby this tree over here. Oh, I just realized I had the wrong fucking tool selected. One moment. Near this tree ways here. Well, actually, yeah, like a fallen tree here. Anywhere in between the fallen tree and the regular tree. What's it called? You see, you kind of lay there for a while. You maybe go prone. You maybe try to cover yourself in whatever way you feel is necessary. But overall, at some point you would hear something among the lines of, "Hey, you! Stop right there! Identify yourself!"
Oh no.
Wait, where am I again? Hold on. Can you point me out?
You would be you can position yourself anywhere in between that fallen trunk and the regular tree.
Okay. I lay there for another second to see if they were talking to me or not.
You would hear, "Don't make us repeat ourselves again, intruder. Show yourself."
All right. I am going to if I put the gem of brightness in my hand not turned on, can they see it in my hand? Because it would still be dark.
I mean,
Like if it's off.
I'll say, they probably wouldn't know what it is. They would see you holding like a big blue gem, but when you, well, actually, just tell me, how do you come up? With your hands up, with your gem in your hand, or how do you?
Yeah. So I come up with my hands up, but both of them closed.
Both of them close? Okay. Actually, hold on. Let me double check how big the gem of brightness is. Is it big? Is it small enough that you can fit it on your hand?
I was assuming it was it was palmable, but if not, then I need to change my plan.
Let me see what the size of the gem of brightness is. Does this thing even tell me? Gem of brightness. See, because like the image that I'm given for the Gem of Brightness, it shows it on like a pedestal, right? So I'm not sure if it's supposed to be like big or if the pedestal is just small. Because like, hold on, yeah, because the image has like a couple of canes supporting it. I'm gonna say for time being, the gem is not small enough that you can just close your hand and conceal it, but it is of a manageable size that you can probably cover most of it with your hand.
Okay. I stand up and I come out and I say, "Whoa, hold on, guys. Let's talk."
Drop whatever's in your hand, stranger.
I can't do that.
The
Well,
the soldier on top of the metal ball will look at you and say, "One moment." He kinda squints his eyes. Again, it's nighttime. You're not sure if he can see you too well. While this is happening, can I tie the bodies up? I mean, that's gonna take a while. What's it called? One of the guy kind of squints. You're not quite sure if he can see you too well, even in the night, even though you're like out in the open, quote unquote. He says,
Nighttime?
"Yeah, it's nighttime." That's why the gem brightness was such a dead giveaway. What's it called?
Damn, they're far away.
One of the guards, again the one that is on top of the bull, will yell out, "You have trespassed on property of the Order of Sydon. I do not recognize your face, which means you're not one of our own. By the authority given to me by Commander Gaius, I will hereby place you under arrest until he decides what to do with you."
I have to
Like
say, I tell them that I've come to the island to speak with one of the leaders and ask if I can join their ranks.
Yes. Perfect.
Make me a deception check.
oh, net
What?
20, net 20, net 20, net 20.
Make me a deception check.
Oh, deception, my bad.
I don't see this. Oh, there it is. Okay.
18 or higher. 18 or higher.
Let's go! Let's go!
20 centimeters.
Well, they're gonna, they don't seem to draw their weapons just yet. They don't seem to
honest,
draw their
Drakgar.
weapons just yet. And one of them, and again the same one who's kinda on top of the mechanical bull, will say, "All right. Not sure what you expected to be sneaking around in a night like this. From which vessel, if you are here to join the Order of Sydon, where is your vessel? You must have arrived at the island somehow."
That's part of the issue. On my way in, it bounced off some of the rocky rocks, and I had to swim the rest of the way to the shore.
We should have seen something like that. Are you certain of this?
Yeah, you can go look for it. It's over in this direction over here, and I point not toward where our ship is, but a little bit to the to the other direction where they wouldn't be able to see our ship, but we could walk toward the shore.
They kind of look at you. One of them says, "All right, because we need to report this to Commander Gaius. What was the name of your vessel?"
It was a small vessel. I was coming in on a trade ship that was passing by, and they gave me a small rowing boat to reach the island the rest of the way, as they did not want to come into your territory. But if you would like a name, I called it Dinghy 2.
Dinky.
You. Name was Dinky 2. What happened in Dinky 1? Same
You don't
story,
wanna
different
know.
location.
Oh my god.
you see one of the well, actually the Gigan, the six-armed Cyclops over there that is standing with them, speaks up in common and says, "A trade vessel, you say? Those tend to be quite big. How come we didn't saw anything like that?"
That sounds like a you guys problem. It sounds like you could use a new recruit who's good at that kind of stuff.
Well, the guy on top of the mechanical bull says, "All right. First of all, the attitude is going to have to change.
I apologize.
Now, on to my next query. We followed a particularly bright beam of light that emanated from this direction, and we just so happened to run into you. Anything you want to say about that?"
Yeah, that's why I came this direction, is because I also saw the giant beam of light, and I thought that maybe I'd find someone here who could take me to your leader.
Make me a deception check.
Please, nat 20, nat 20,
Man,
nat
you
20,
should
nat
have
20.
just been like, bro, that was my flashlight.
Let's go!
It says, "You see, stranger, the beam of light and us finding you happened within the span of a moment of us believing that there's an intruder in our island."
Oh, well, I would love to help you find them if that's the first thing I can do to earn your trust.
He kind of raised an eyebrow, and the guy again speaks up this time around and says, "Well, in a matter of seconds, the entire island will be looking for them." As he kind of looks over in that direction of the garrison, and he stares, and you see his one eye kind of frown a little bit. As the guy again kind of looks back at the other soldiers and says, "The beacon's not lighting up."
Oh no.
The other soldiers look at you, look back at the garrison, look back at you, and say, "It was a distraction." As you see, shing, 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 they begin to draw their weapons. What's it called? How will Bouxfhades get out of this one? We'll cut back. We'll cut back to the rest of the party.
Time out, Jack and
Isn't
Paul.
it break time? Isn't it break time? Like,
Actually, hold on.
let's
what
all
time
calm
is it?
down.
Is that
15.
not a good enough deception roll?
It would be. I mean, no. Here's the thing. Your reception is good. You don't know what I haven't. You don't know what they're gonna be doing. You just saw them draw their weapons. And I haven't said what they're doing yet. So just hold on. But well, we did start a little bit later than usual. Do you guys want to take the break now, or?
Yes, please. I gotta use the restroom.
Okay, we'll take a quick break and we'll come back to this tense situation. Alright, so we're back. Well, cutting back quickly to those of you who are still in the garrison. What's it called? Derek, you said you were gonna be busy rearranging the furniture here in the fucking barracks, I guess. Drakgar, you said you wanted to tie up the two bodies. It's gonna take a moment, you know, for you to do that. Exandri, were you doing anything?
Yeah. So I'm gonna look over the ledge of my brother,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm going to start tying a rope to the ledge. I'm gonna toss it down over the side to him. I'll be like, "I need your help up here."
Then, assuming after I tie the bodies up, I'm gonna go try to grab on the rope, make sure it's heavy, strong enough to carry me, and then I'm gonna start climbing up.
No need to worry about what happened to the person that provided the distraction for you.
He's fine.
Right? That's
I was
what
gonna
I'm
say-
saying.
I'll say hopefully after I be done this, I'm gonna leave the journals outside by the door. I came in and then try to explore elsewhere in the building if nobody's in there. I hope everybody's gone.
What's it called? So, so you know, Drakgar, you will get dropped the little the little rope for you to climb up on top of. Seems good enough to support your weight. You eventually make your way up until you are now on top of the building.
All right, so the beacon, like, what is it? What does it look like? What is it made out
It's
of?
kind of
What's
like
in it?
this large bronze bowl, kind of like on top of a series of, well, like a little stand of sorts. Well, not even little. It's big enough to match it. There's lots of like charcoal and wood and the like inside the bowl. Clearly, this is with the intention of it being lit. Amongst it, you see this little smaller, almost twig-like, wooden structure inside the bowl that is, well, clearly meant to light up faster than the rest of it. The size of it, the general shape of it, indicates that it would make for a very noticeable, fire if lit.
All right, I'm gonna ask my brother. I'm gonna be like, Drac, help me lift this and dump the contents out over the side, and then we'll just flip the bowl upside down so nobody can.
All right, then I'm gonna go, "Hoo-ah," and I'm gonna pick it up, and I'm gonna try to.
We're
Try
not.
to pick
We're
it
not tossing it over the edge. Just to clarify, we're dumping it out.
Yep. Yep. I'm gonna try to dip. Yes, I'm doing that.
Okay, you
and we're
dump.
dumping it out on this side to clarify as well, because it's like we don't want it by the fires that fell over.
You dump the contents out. At some point during this little escapade, I guess, of you guys dumping the contents, because you're in the upper floor, you would actually see that you actually hear rather one of the guards from the watchtowers shout out up to the upper floor and say, "Hey, why is the beacon not lit yet? Did you not hear there could be an intruder?"
I whispered to my brother, tell him that the torches have gone missing and you're just trying to light it.
We're trying to light it. The torches. I can't find the torches.
I don't recognize that voice.
Fuck.
It's okay.
Let's
It's
hide.
okay.
Why? Hide.
It's okay. It's okay. It's okay. I'm just gonna do what I did to the other dude.
Oh no.
What's it called? You will, when we not see but hear movement starting to get closer to you guys.
I'm gonna be like, brother, but please shove him off the edge.
Wait, what? Shove him off the edge? Is that what you said?
Yeah, I was like, I'll hold him in place. You shove him over the edge.
Okay. So it's like
You hear one of the guards. You hear one of the
No.
guards say,
Even better. You knock him out. Put him in a headlock. Knock him out, and then shove him over the edge.
okay.
You hear one of the guards say, "Geigen, you're needed up here." As the sixth arm giant begins to pull his arms up and begin to, because they're too big to actually fit through the inside corridors of the building. He kind of just begins to climb up the upper ramparts and just make his way up to the upper floors.
Oh shit.
Oh no. I'll whisper. Wait, so he's not in the room yet, or is he about to approach it?
Yeah, you don't know. You hear them getting closer.
So I can hear the footsteps, but I don't see him yet.
Correct. And actually, Derek, you can hear them too, because you're in the barracks room, not like on the other side of the wall from them.
Do the footsteps sound bigger, like it would be more than a human?
Yeah, you would definitely hear
Okay.
that.
Okay.
Brother, new plan. Quickly go over the edge.
Wait, you said throw him? Try to throw him over the edge?
No, I said new plan. Quickly climb back down the side of the building.
All right, then I'll do that.
And then, as soon as I see him close to the ground, I'll take the rope with me and fly down
Okay.
as quickly as possible and as stealthily as possible.
The Geigen, you will begin to kind of scale up the outer wall. Two soldiers, not wanting to go through all of that trouble, will begin to make their way through the hallway up the stairs. And, well, one of them stops eventually when they notice that the door to the barracks is open and
Oof.
everything is being, well, not quite arranged as it should be. Well, Derek, you kind of stand stock still for a couple of seconds as you see the two guards.
He's invisible. He's good.
What do you say?
I said he's invisible. He's good.
One of the guards stops by the barracks, and sees all of the shit moved out of place, and you see as Shing kind of pulls out their weapon, and says, "The intruders have been through here. They might still be around here somewhere." As he begins to walk into the room.
Oh my god.
Do you do anything, Derek? Derek?
I think he's still AFK.
He said
Yeah,
he was
he said he was going to BRB. He said he was going to
he was
BRB in
taking
the
out the
chat.
trash. He was back, but he went to take out the trash.
Well, in that case, here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna cut back to Bouxfhades.
Oh no.
Shit.
You, Bouxfhades, will seize the soldiers who draw their weapons. Realize that they have the look of someone that realized they just been made. And a couple, you see as the guy who's on top of the metal bull will kind of gesture to some of the other soldiers. As they kind of approach you, they don't have their weapons pointed towards you. They haven't drawn, they have them at their side. The soldiers come over here to you, and one of them says, "You're coming with us, recruit."
Like, if I can join you guys, do I get one of those cool green blowing bull things,
They kind of look.
or is that just that dude?
Kind of look back at it, and then look back at you, and says, "It's only available for higher-ranking officials."
I can get there.
One of them says, "What is that thing in your hand?"
I tell him that it is a family heirloom that was passed down to me, and it's extremely dear to my heart. So I would prefer to keep it on my person if that's okay.
Persuasion check.
Oh my gosh.
Can I use my commanding presence on that persuasion check?
If you want.
Yeah, I'm gonna use my commanding presence and burn one of my superior or D die. Persuasion. Oh.
Oh no.
You can still roll your
Damn it.
superiority die.
Yeah, let me do that. It's a 8, right?
D8, yes.
Hold on, something's wrong. I can't get my dice to come up. Oh, there we go. I got it. Oof. Didn't help.
So 10 total.
Yeah.
One of the soldiers looks at you. They squint. One of them, the one towards the middle, well, actually, the one towards the back of this group of soldiers that's right in front of you, says, "Look at him. He has his own safety rock." The other soldiers, well, one of them does chuckle, but the one at the very front kind of turns back and kind of this stern look in his face. Kind of makes them shut up a little bit, and he looks back at you and says, "Well, we're gonna be dealing with potentially some intruders here. If that gives you security, as you claim, then hold on to it, I suppose.
Oh.
But if you try anything, if it turns out to be something bad, well, we'll have to take it off your hands."
No, I completely understand, and I appreciate your consideration. But maybe we should go find those intruders that are infiltrating your base. That seems like the more important thing at the moment.
One of the soldiers before he actually gets the chance to say anything, the seemingly the captain, I guess, of the squad, the one that is riding on top of the bull, looks over at you and says, "I believe if this one is trying to join the Order of Sydon, this would be as good of a chance as any to serve as your first proper exercise. Help us track down these intruders, and if we run into them, you'll be the first. You will be given the first. Well, I suppose pickings on dealing with them. Perform
Sounds
admirably.
fantastic.
Perform admirably, and we may even report this to Commander Gaius."
I will do my absolute best to help you catch these intruders.
Oh my
And I
god.
bow to him.
Nobody likes a bootlicker, as the soldier pulls on the reins of the metal bull, and they kind of turn around and begin to head off back to the garrison with you.
Oh my god.
How long did it take them though?
I mean, not that much. It won't take them that much. And now that you're back, Pumo, here's the thing that you missed. Because of the fact the beacon hasn't been lit as it was originally ordered, one Geigen and 2 soldiers that still remain within the base went over to go check on what was happening. The Geigen started climbing the upper wall to get to the 3rd floor, bless you, and the 2 soldiers were about to take the stairs up the floor. However, they stopped when they came across the open door into the barracks and saw that everything was misarranged. One of them drew their weapon and walked into the room, and is currently walking into the room. As they believe, the intruders that they're looking for are here. Mind you, he's like walking into you, basically. He's about to walk into you. What do you do? Like, time slowing down a little bit for you to react here, but he's basically about to walk into you.
I'm gonna sidestep him. Easy.
Well, you can do that. The sound of your footsteps may be a little bit harder to hide. So I'm gonna need you to make me an acrobatics check.
Roll high, Pumo. 18 plus.
At least. But where's the acrobatics check?
Wait, isn't it that advantage he's invisible?
This is less about him being invisible and more about him, hiding the fact that something just moved in front of this soldier. Because when something moves past you, sometimes you feel like the wind being moved around you, right? So Derek sidestepping the soldier may have, ended up pretty badly for him.
I know.
So you kind of sidestep the soldier a little bit, hoping that the just sound of your own footsteps was being masked by the sound of his own. As he kind of moves past you, the other soldier is standing at the doorway, just keeping a watch on the place. The soldier kind of looks around with spear in hand, kind of pokes some of the of the beds just to make sure that there's no one hiding under the sheets or underneath the beds or anything like that. He then looks back at the guy at the doorway and says, "Nothing. Keep going upstairs. I'll check the armory." The other one kind of seems to be moving up down the hallway and up the stairs. This one, you see him as he seems to reach for his belt, pulling out a singular iron key that he then slides into the lock of this door and opens.
I want to follow him.
He just kind of seems to, see the room. Kind of picks his head in, moves inside. He does have he does kind of have like the key, stealing. Well, not even his hand, kind of like pockets it on like the on the side on the front of his belt. He looks around, investigates for a little bit, and then turns around and moves back outside.
When he's in there, do I see anything of importance or anything noticeable in there?
You see weapons and armor, shields, crossbows, spears. At first glance, it just seems like weapons.
Okay. I start back up a little bit, so I just I'm trying to mask my steps while he takes steps.
Make me another acrobatics.
Come on, guy. Come on, you got this. I got this.
Oh.
So he kind of turns around as he's done investigating the armory, and he was again about to kind of run into you. So you begin to move backwards, trying to make sure you match your footsteps with his own, until at some point it's like. And he kind of stops, looks around, and he kind of like his shifty eyes looking around the place, and says, "Hello." He looks over, and you just see kind of does like this wild, well, not really wild, but kind of like a quick swipe. On the area like around him with his weapon, meaning he's gonna throw an attack with disadvantage.
I have a quick question though. I have a quick before you do that.
Yes.
What's your rules for stealth kills?
I went over this the last session.
Basically, if I wasn't here.
If basically if you attack a creature and deal over half their maximum HP. While with your quote-unquote sneak attack, so to speak, then by coup de grace rules, they will just fall immediately at 0, even if they wouldn't otherwise. So he's gonna take with disadvantage just a wild, like a quick swipe around the area. Hold on, give it a moment when the attack is rolling. It's not rolling for some reason. Oh, never mind. So now, a 4, not 1. He just kind of does like a quick swipe, and just kind of shakes his head and says, "My mind is playing tricks on me." He did make sure to lock the armory door behind him when he exited.
Does he have it? Does he have it on his belt?
He has it on the front part of his belt.
Okay, say I were to try to steal it inside of hand check. That'd be an advantage or disadvantage.
Are you sure? If you want, do you want to do that?
I mean, as a bard and I have all these abilities I can do, I should be proficient in something like that, correct?
If he says, "Are you sure about something?" that probably means
being proficient doesn't mean you can use video game logic and like crouch in front of them and go stealth mode Skyrim style and they won't see you.
This isn't Skyrim.
Like,
could happen.
That's all I'll say for now. Are you actually trying to sleight of hand the key that is like in front of him?
No, if it was on the side, I'd probably do it, but no, I wouldn't. I would just look like, man, there's a key right there. I'll let him go.
He walks, out the thing and just closes the door behind him. You guys eventually will hear, the people, on the roof, kind of just shout something like, "Someone's knocked over the signal beacon." You hear the sound of, the rumbling footsteps of the Gigan. Begin to kind of say, "Then I suppose we'll need another way to alert the others." as you see one of them. Well, you begin to see them kind of begin to make their way back, back downstairs.
Oh my god.
They eventually pass the barracks. Oh, hold on. My computer was lagging.
Do I hear the footsteps like going away?
They seem to be heading over to down to this segment of the garrison, like directly over here. You know, next to the ballista where you guys originally knocked out the other guard.
I will quietly like hold my brother's hand and lead him back around to this side of the building as stealthily as possible.
What's a big ass rock man?
I guess I'll follow.
Raggedy.
Since I don't know what's going on. Because I didn't hear. Right, I'm assuming. Because I think I was.
You would hear the rumbling footsteps of the Gigan at the very least.
Oh, okay.
A quick
I
question.
thought
What
that
does that
was
when you
okay.
said oh my bad.
The Gigan kind of. I mean, at this point, I believe only Derek will be able to see them because he would be able to lean from the doorway. You see the Gigan go into one of these spots to grab a torch. He grabs the torch. He walks over to the ballista, and seems to, with a bit of rope, attach the torch to the ballista bolt. And say, sometimes you need to improvise. As he aims the ballista.
Wait, we broke the ballista, so what's he doing?
Yeah, they broke the ballista.
Well, here's the thing. He doesn't know that.
Oh, okay.
When he tries, you see he thrusts aiming it at a certain direction over further west. And when he kind of pulls on the lever to fire the ballista, you know, there's like nothing. He looks around and sees that the rope of the ballista has been cut. What's it called?
Completely.
He looks over at the other soldiers and says, well, looks like these guys are kind of smart.
He just throws it on a spear like Drakgar and throws it like 400 feet. No.
He has a javelin of lightning on him.
What's it called? He will just kind of grab, you know, with that same sort of like rope together fucking torch. He just kind of raises it as high as he can, one of his arms, and begin to wave it around, hoping that the people in the distance, you know, see him. At this point, all of you guys begin to hear, well, all of the troops that originally left the garrison return. None of you are at an angle that you would actually see this, but you will see, well, not really see, but Bouxfhades, you begin, well, to approach with the troops of Sydon, you know, towards the garrison. They are making sure that they keep you in the middle of their group, because they don't know you yet, so they want to make sure that if for whatever reason, whatever arises, there are people on each of your sides.
Right.
What's it called? Yeah.
I was gonna say, since I'm like now up close and personal, can I roll like a perception check to see if I can get any more information like on this bull or notice anything about it?
What are you trying to discern?
What, like if there's any weak spots or what its abilities are?
I guess make me like an insight check.
Does he pull out a pin and it just falls to pieces?
If only, right?
With an 18 insight, the best you can tell is that it seems to act, well, as an animal. You know, being kind of guided around by the reins of the, you know, of the chair. Somewhat docile. Not even docile. At the very least, seems capable. Bless you. Seems very capable of following the orders of the current rider.
It doesn't seem to have like extra intelligence above like a
You
standard like bull or
you
force.
haven't seen it do anything out of the ordinary.
Okay.
The green breath that it sometimes, yeah, like the green sort of like smoke that comes out of its nostrils sometimes, does make you a little bit nervous as to what that could be, but you haven't seen it, do anything, so to speak.
Okay.
What's it called? Yeah, that's the best you would be able to gather. You don't detect any specific weaknesses other than the fact that it just seems to act as an animal would.
Okay. Cool. I just wanted to see if, since I was up next to it, But we can continue.
Okay.
Eventually, you guys will see as well, actually, before I do this next bit, now that Exandrian Drakgar are behind the garrison, Derek is somewhere in the halls. Do you guys do anything before this guys arrive back at the?
Okay,
thing?
I fly back up to the very top
Okay.
and I reattach the rope because like I didn't untie it earlier. I just like pulled it up off of the little tiny notch that was there because they're like notches. And I'll put the rope back on there and I'll climb back up on the roof so I could peer down over. But before I also flew back up, I whispered to my brother that we should probably take out the soldiers before the rest return so we're not highly outnumbered.
Drakgar is...
He's got an AFK for a second,
Yeah,
so we'll be
Drakgar
right back.
when AFK. What's it called? Here's the thing. Well, you guys don't know this, but Bouxfhades, around where the point where you're like halfway in between, the location where the guards saw you and the garrison. The guy on top of the bull looks at one of the other soldiers and says, "You. Something doesn't sit right here. Go warn the others and in the Great Library. Tell them to go on high alert." The guard nods and begins to run over to, well, presumably towards the center of the island. So at least one of the soldiers that was with you originally, Bouxfhades, has gone back to the middle of the island. You think it's only a matter of a couple of minutes before the actual high alert alarm is set. What's it called?
Oh, can I also send a message, I guess?
A message?
Yeah, can I send a message to my dad?
Okay.
As I'm crouched down on the top of this building. Dad, we are in trouble. A little over our heads. Please bring the ship to the cove. Right, right. Love you.
You will get a response. We can bring the ship, but they'll see it coming. If they aren't on alert now, they will be. So that's the response you get. What's it called? So again, you have like at least a minute or so before the guys come back to the garrison. Exandri, Drakgar, Derek, are you guys doing something?
Okay. I want to explore more, but I have a feeling that this my time might be running short. So, is this door open?
Yes, it was left open by the soldiers
Okay.
and the guy in that.
Okay.
Outside.
Did they notice the books that I left out here in the corner?
You're not sure if they did or not. They seem focused on the idea that they needed to get the signal out.
Okay,
If they
then I
did
will.
see it, they didn't call it out.
Okay, then I will. I will pick these books up of the journals that I took from the soldiers, and I will run to the side and see if I can find Drakgar. Oh, run upwards. There's stairs or ladders.
There is a ladder here that leads back to the roof.
I will run across. Oh, not like speed walk across. See if I can see another pair of ladders away from them.
Make me a stealth check with a. Wait, hold on. You're trying to move the ladders?
I'm trying to move to see if I see any other ladders
Well, you
or
see
not
the
in
ones
their
that
vision.
you see on the map.
Okay, so
You know, you
I
see
would see the
this
one all at
and
the end
if
over
you
here.
run, and if you run over there, you see the other one. But because you are moving relatively fast, you know, to just cover as much ground as you can in the least amount of time, I'm gonna need to make me another stealth check with advantage.
Advantage. Stealth. Where are you? S. 18.
You don't believe they heard you move around the ramparts.
Dun, 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 dun. So I will climb up with one hand, the books in my other hand. How many journals do you think it would be that I took?
Are you gonna sit there and count them up?
Yeah, I'll probably say there's one for each. Maybe it's an extra book or a light book or
Well,
something.
we'll figure that. We'll figure it out later on. But
Okay, all right then. So I will climb. I time like, oh man, like this sucks, but I guess this is for the team, I guess. End up climbing on top,
okay.
the books in tow.
You're currently on
See
the
if
third floor / roof of the building.
I'm like, man, like Sandra really threw the guy from up here. Very impressive. And I'm like, hey, Satria, where are you?
I'm not
Oh.
invisible, bro. You can legit see me.
I thought you were invisible. I'm like, oh, I mean,
Oh no,
Hey,
I broke it
rubbed it. Oh my god.
to cast
Hey,
hold
I got
person.
okay. I got some books here. You can start reading.
Awesome. Here, give me the bag. But here we
Yeah,
are. Oh, so I'm assuming my brother's now too, right?
What do you say?
on the floor.
I'm going to assume that Drac is also up here at the same time.
I guess he is.
He's
Because
typing.
Back there. He's just sleepy.
Drakgar says, I will say I was.
alright, we have to take him out, you guys. The rest are on their way back. We're gonna be super outnumbered. There's 3 of them.
Okay, that's right.
Obviously not kill. Well, here's the thing. The rest of the people, I'm not quite sure if they've caught our friends or not. I don't really know. But there was a big flash of light in the forest, so I'm assuming that it was Porunga. So we could only assume right now that they're escorting our friends back here. So we could either run right now, and then only Bouxfhades will be caught. But we don't know that. So what do you guys want to do? Do you guys want to try to take out these 3 people right here, or should we take these girdles and run?
Mm. Like, do you want to take out these 3 guys right here?
Yes. Knock them out. Push them over the edge with the others.
I'm still invisible, so I mean, could probably still do something.
Do you have a spell to where you can maybe help subdue the big guy? Suggest that he I don't know, not fight us or something?
I do, but I think my wife would kill me.
Listen, no, she wouldn't. Stop thinking like that. She's going to kill you if you die. He will go into the afterworld and kill you. Or die.
Maybe you'll kill me too. I don't know. Depends. Kind of sus. I have a couple spells. Could charm him maybe, or I can command him. I can suggest him to not do it.
Time is
All those.
time is ticking. They're close. You see the troops approaching in the distance. No,
Try to
they're not
suggest him
far.
to fight with us as an
They're-
ally.
They're not far from the garrison.
Okay, I guess the big guy, right? Is that which one
Yes.
I'm trying to do?
The big guy. Try and suggest for the big guy to fight alongside us as an ally.
Okay, then I will. Are you sure? You know, if I go there right now and if I fail, I'm almost like gonna get captured too.
Bro, we're all about to be captured.
What do you mean? You could just fly away. What the heck?
Okay, well then we'll flee. Then I guess the three of us are going to flee.
Okay, bye. See you later, new guy. I'm not dumb. I'll go suggest the big guy. Gosh. Comes down. I'm like. And I will like just properly walk to the side. I'm still invisible, but I'm gonna walk to the side.
You could have stayed up
Right
on the
here.
roof.
Okay.
Suggestion's not a touch spell.
Let me hold up. Let me double check. Suggest is motivational speech session. I have one
You
more
have
spell
suggestion,
slot.
right?
I have one more spell slot for that. Lucky, have one more left.
And then I'll tell my brother to get ready to knock out one of the soldiers, and then I'm gonna notch my Cupid's bow to attack the other soldier. No, I'll ready.
I'm like, I'm ready for my performance. I'm like, all right, stretching my back a little bit. Let's see if I still got it. Stretching. I'm like, hear my back crack. I'm like, okay. I think I'm ready.
Go for the soldier though, not you don't. If his suggestion works, you don't want to go for the Gygon, but if his suggestion fails, go for the big guy. But if it doesn't fail, go for a soldier.
I have to aim at one creature, ma'am. It's one creature.
No, that was at to drag. So if your suggestion works on the big guy, Drac goes for a soldier. If your suggestion fails on the big guy, he goes for the big guy.
Okay. I'm like,
So, if I understood this correctly, Derek, you're gonna attempt to cast suggestion on the Gigan, and Drakgar, you're in an action to throw a javelin at one of the people that don't fall for the suggestion. Is
the
that
two
correct?
soldiers.
Okay. Well, in that case, with like 12 seconds before the rest of the troops reach the garrison, what do you do, Derek?
Okay, I'm like, and I'm like, and I'm like, I go, ahem, and they both turn around. I'm like,
all three of them kind of turn around, but obviously
like,
you're invisible.
hello, gentlemen. Like, it is I, Derek Lenius, from the Order of the First Dragonlords, here to ask for you to join us in our conquer to defeat Sidon.
Wait, that's
Even-
the one that Commander Gaius warned us around.
Yeah, sure, but just hear me out here. Commander Gaius,
Wherever you are, stop hiding.
I'm up here, god dang it, you're so tall, I'm up here.
Look over in your direction. One of the soldiers kinda pulls like a spear from his back and kinda grasps it in such a way, almost as if it seems to be intending on tossing it.
I'm like, oh my god, and I turn off my invisibility.
The two soldiers kind of have spears at the ready to kind of toss them at you. The Gigan himself says, "You're the one that that Commander Gaius told us about. You and your little group. So you were the intruders after all.
I mean, sure. I mean, you just guys just suck at security. That's probably you guys' issue. But I digress. I am here to offer you a deal. Join our side, the winning side. Defeat Sidon. I'm talking to you, big guy. I'm suggesting that you should join us. Not these lowly, young, stupid, not smart people. This guy next to you, he probably peed his bed. And when you look at that, when I went to the room, all the beds were peed on.
The Gaigan pulls out the javelin. Well, 2 actually, with 2 of his 6 arms. And they seem to be getting ready to toss it.
I'm saying, big guy, I suggest you join us. Our side is better.
Are you casting suggestion?
Yes.
Okay.
Please work.
So is that
If that's
well, here's the thing.
For
So
that-
just so I got this clear, the suggestion is, I suggest you join us to our side so you can fight with us. Is that the suggestion?
Yes. If it's too high, I'm a cutting words in a nice way to reduce. I must say, I guess something
We have
positive,
bigger
Well-
pay.
so he can join us. Yes. Use my cutting words. If it's still too high, you say, "Hey, you should join us, man. We do better than them. I
Well,
promise
I
you
need
that."
you to put suggestion on the chat for a moment.
Okay. Yeah. Wait, hold up. Sorry about that. Yeah.
Okay. The course of action has to sound reasonable.
Which it does. Become our sidekick.
Side's better.
A special okay. So, alright, so here's what's gonna happen. You say this. The Gaigan kinda leans his head over to the side, and like, you just kinda tilts it rather. Tilts his head over to the side, almost as if in confusion. And you see as the what's it called? The other soldiers kind of seem to again have like the spears kind of like at the ready, like toss them. And then the Gaigan just kind of looks at you, and roughly around the same time where Bouxfhades is arriving with the with the rest of the troops, you would hear from the Gaigan somewhere among the lines of alright. Here's well, I'll get to the sad part of this in a moment. But for now. The 2 soldiers look confused. And they are like, what the fuck? Like, they're kind of like a little bit confused. I'm gonna need people to roll me initiative. As roughly around this same time, well, Bouxfhades and the rest of the troops are arriving.
I just ran, guys. Should have left them here. That's fine.
We should have. We should have just left.
I don't know why y'all didn't.
I know you smart person here wanting to go save them. It's all same.
We got this,
We
guys. We
technically
can figure
didn't
it
know
out.
they have both of these. Both of these could have still escaped.
Yeah, y'all didn't know. Yeah, y'all didn't know they had me, but
Make them our sidekick, Pumo. Let's go. Collect a Pokemon.
It's my concentration spell technically. Break concentration, he'll stop. So technically, I can't really do much after this. On you guys, to be honest. Yeah, I kind of want him kind of dead because he thinks thinks he's all hot stuff because I helped him win. Just
I
didn't want to
asked
get
you guys
laid.
if you wanted to leave or stay. I was okay with leaving.
That would have happened if we just got
I'll
laid.
remember
That's all
that,
I'm
Derek.
saying. So
Yeah,
all I
but you
remember is
can't
that
remember that because it's not canon. So
all I'm saying is he could just got laid and then everything would have been good.
Oh my god.
Let me get.
It's canon in Derek's head.
Let me get a. Let me see where is the music that I was looking for this part.
Dun, 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 dun.
what do we know about Gygons? Like, are they like? Are Gygons like another race that's just been like manipulated into like following Sidon, or are they more like slaves?
You've ran into Gigan before. In the.
In the
temple.
woods with
Mhm.
the nymph lady that we killed, Cersei's sister.
You can make me a history check. With an 11, the most you would be able to know is that they are a type of Cyclops that are way smarter than your average Cyclops is, if a little bit shorter. They are trained, very well trained in martial combat, able to wield a variety of weapons on each hand to great effectiveness. They used to have a great civilization ages and ages ago that, well, fell, for lack of a better term. With a 15, Drakgar, you would have heard of the Gigans before. You would have been told that yes, they indeed, all of what I just explained. And part of the reason why their civilization fell, it was, well, because of all the conflict that happened throughout the history of Tylea. Not the least of which came at the hands of Estor Archelander of the Dragonlords. So here's the sad part that I was gonna get to when, regarding the suggestion. You know how Derek keeps announcing your presence as the Dragonlords?
As a fucking Dragonlords? Yeah, I know.
A Gigan wouldn't reasonably side with the Dragonlords.
Yeah, he's side of like a bunch of them, sure.
So.
No, his commander's a Dragonlord. I don't know what he's complaining about.
Whoa. Commander Gaius is not a Dragonlord.
How is he ready to lies? He has privilege. Beat him up.
Wait, Gaius and them are literally trying to resurrect their own version of the Dragonlord.
You are confusing him with a Castus.
But he has Gaius as one of them.
But isn't Gaius one of them that he has promoted to do so? That's why he gave him a dragon?
Not actually. As far as you're aware, though Gaius has a place in Castus's court, it's only as an envoy of the Order of Sydon. As far as you're aware, he himself isn't a guard of King Acastus nor a member of the new Order of Dragonlords.
It's Pooh.
So, what's it called? Let's get to it, shall we?
Alright, guys, the first thing, run.
So first, the... Hey, hold on. You disappeared on my screen here, Derek. Never mind, there you are.
I'm right here.
Okay. So, first of all, the Gigan that you tried to cast suggestion on.
But he said okay.
It did say okay. And now here's what happens. You see as he, begins to kind of raise his javelins to, toss them at you. But then you see as the arms, plural, seem to stop halfway through the throw. This javelin not quite escaping his grip. But he does kind of look down at the other guys, you see as one of his other hands draws what appears to be some other form of weapon, a spear of sorts. Not quite a javelin, more like one meant to actual stab rather than throw. And seems to take a swing on one of the other guys. Here's the thing though. Hold on, I'm gonna first roll this attack. As soon as fucking Roll20 stops lagging on me. Roll20 is not letting me open the sheet of the Geigen. Here we go. I makes 3 attacks.
Yay!
One is grapple and 2 with his spear or javelin. So first of all, it's gonna do a grapple on the guard in front of him. Fucking no, this is not letting me. I'm lagging pretty bad. 13. Hold on. Here's the thing. So the soldier gets grappled, and you see as one of his arms kind of reaches and kind of grabs this soldier by the neck. He's like, "What are you doing?" The Geigen, then after attacking, the soldier, kind of seems to blink once, blink twice, and then looks over back at you, Derek. Your command was to fight side by side, to fight with you guys. He has now accomplished that task by suggestion.
Fight's not over. We still got more to fight.
What do you say?
The fight's not over. We still got more to fight.
Well,
I guess so.
that is correct. But I did say a Geigen is not going to reasonably side with the Dragonlords, as you keep announcing your group as.
I said myself. The singular.
Well, yeah, that's still a Dragonlord. This is where the weird caveat of suggestion comes into play. For now, I'm gonna say that it's a compromise. He's not, this turn, he's not going to attack you guys, but he will attack his ally, after which the condition of suggestion will end. And you guys are gonna have to fare for yourselves.
So we got one turn.
So basically,
We got one turn to run away.
so
Let's
you
go,
got
guys.
this one turn off the Geigen, essentially distracting the rest of the rest of these troops before suggestion dissipates. He's going to just take the 2 following stabs with the spear at the 2 guards next to him, because the grapple failed. That's 1. That's 2. So 1 spear attack hits as the Geigen, just kind of fucking skewers this man on the leg, incapacitating him for now. As the other soldier is like, "What has happened to you?" The Geigen just, "What? I didn't mean to do that." He looks over at you, Derek, and says, "You bastard! I'll get you for this." Drakgar.
I'll whisper over. Should we bail since it looks like he's on our side right now?
I don't know. I'm kind of contemplating on killing Derek because he keeps calling us Dragonlord.
Me too, but we'll handle that later.
Yeah, kill the other soldier.
Alright.
Not kill. Knock out the other soldier.
Just as a question, were you guys on
So far
the
away, guys.
on the bottom of the building, or were you guys at the roof?
We're on the 3rd floor.
You're on the roof. All right. So in that case,
So are they able to see me? Like, do they notice me?
once Drakgar gets, actually, Derek can just see you. And once Drakgar
This
gets to the
bitch.
edge of the building, he'll be able to see you as well.
This bitch on this side. I knew it. Guy.
Okay, hold on. So where am I at on the? I'm over here, right?
You're, again, I don't have an image for the roof of the building, but location-wise, you're where you can see yourself on the map. It's just, it's not like a flat sort of like a roof surface from where you are.
Okay, so out of game. You said we're fighting though, right? I'm making sure I heard right.
Mm, you guys are
Oh.
doing what you guys want to do.
Okay. Well, I mean, I heard her say it, but I don't think my brain processed what she said.
Do you?
You do you.
Well, I mean, I wouldn't bail unless Cassie bailed. So if she's not saying we're bailing, then I guess I'll fight. And I will yeet a javelin.
First, you're gonna have to move.
Oh, okay. So I started the turn right here, right?
Yeah, you're basically on a flat surface of the roof. You can move up to here, and you'll be at the edge of the roof. So basically, this whole perimeter of the building is the surface that you can move around.
Okay, so which one got wounded of these two? Or does it look like got
The
wounded?
one on the left got instantly incapacitated by the Gigan.
Okay, and then the one on the right is healthy.
Yeah, doesn't seem to have been moved at all.
Okay, I'm gonna attempt to throw. Wait, no, I'm gonna rage first, and then I'm gonna throw a javelin at him. Just can I recklessly my javelin or no?
No, reckless is just for melee attacks.
Okay, cool. Just making sure. Yeet.
16. Does a 16 hit the soldier? 16 does not hit.
Oh wow. That is a beefy boy. Then I'm gonna throw a second one. Wait, I gotta turn this off. No, what?
No,
That's
deals
not
the
what I wanted
damage.
to click. That's not what I. There we go.
21 hits. I don't believe Rage carries for thrown weapons. Could you put Rage up in the chat?
Yes.
You make a melee weapon attack using strength, you add a bonus to the damage roll. So yeah, sadly the extra rage damage doesn't apply here, but the guy will take 8 points of piercing as a javelin kind of does this nasty gash across his arm. He's still surprisingly standing.
Damn. Okay, well, I used both my attacks this turn, so I guess that's all I can do.
Alright. Oh, Bouxfhades, you didn't roll, you didn't roll
Oh, I'm
initiative?
sorry.
Yeah.
I didn't know I could initiative yet. Because I thought we were still coming at the time. That's my bad.
So, alright.
I don't understand that. I clicked on my token. Why did it say I didn't?
Hold on. One moment, I'll just add you manually, I guess. What is 16.1? Oh, no, 12. Damn, motherfucker, hold on. 16.1. There we go. It's lagging pretty. Oh, fuck. Hold on. It made me put Derek as a 16.1 because the turn reorder itself.
I got 21 though. What the
Give me a second because the turn order is reordering itself. I'm not sure why that is.
Madge.
So, Derek, you got a
21.
A 21. Alright, give me one moment. Why does this thing just keep reordering? So I'm gonna turn out that option next time. Alright. So, just reordering this one last time. So the Gigan went. Derek, it is now your turn. As yeah, you go like wait, yeah. How the fuck did I skip you originally? I guess I did. Yeah, you
Did.
should have gone before. You should have gone before Drakgar. My bad. So go ahead,
You
Derek. Do
Drakgar.
your turn.
Uh, I turns are. Do you just still not want us to kill anybody?
Yes, we're not anybody.
You say that while we have many people want our heads. It's kind of not right, you know. Oh, can I? Let's see, what can I do actually? What kind of spells do I have left over actually? So I have no level 3 level 2 spells. So that's nada. Oh, can I do this? Let me see. Can I cast Charm Person to the big guy?
Did you already get him on the big guy? Or are you talking about
Wait,
the
you
other big
already
guy?
have a charm on him, Pumo.
Damn it. Well, it's about to end it anyway. Or
You don't know that.
Just whatever it is that you're trying to do. Go ahead.
what I want to do is I want to charm him.
Okay.
Let's see. Attempt to charm. Oh, let me post it actually instead. Here we go. You can charm a humanoid you see within range. Must does with advantage. Or with advantage, or your companions or fighting. Wait, what? You must make a wisdom saving throw. And does so with advantage if you or your companions are fighting it. Technically, did Drakgar attack it yet?
Attack the soldier next to it.
A Geigen? No.
No, he
So we're
has
not fighting it. So we're not fighting it, correct?
Yeah, we're not fighting the guy.
Okay, then there. If it fails the saving throw, it is charmed by you until the spell ends and until you or your companions do anything harmful to it. So okay, I'll probably save that spell for later then. But I don't die by then, to be honest. Oh, but don't die after till then.
Oh, the Fred boat municipal is dying.
Yeah, no.
Down.
I like to.
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay, there. I'll just ask Tasha's hideous laughter to the ones that the one is incapacitated. It's still up or it's completely like knocked out.
Yes, spear. He got a spear ran through his leg. He's on the ground, well, bleeding, and seems to be unable to continue fighting.
He cannot fight. Okay, so I'll cast Tasha's hideous laughter to the one to the right.
Okay.
Closer to the right. That's nothing. Has nothing done towards it. And here you go, Tasha's hideous laughter. Goddamn, I just kicked it.
He rolled an 18 on the wisdom saving throw.
I tell him his mom is ugly. Your parents are disgraced.
That's not remotely funny at all.
Sure it is, buddy. Look at you seen your face?
He still has his spear ready.
Well, let's see. Wait a minute, where's my wisdom spell? What the heck? Why can't I use the spell? What the heck? Dumb? Am I dumb? Am I just...
Yeah. Or fall because pretty sure your spell save DC is not higher than 18. So he makes a save, sadly. Your magically laced words are not enough to get through this man's thick skull.
Then that's it. Oh, then I guess I'll just stand. I'll just back up right next to Drakgar and be like, "Well, I did all I could do."
Drakgar's turn already went.
How dare he?
Hold on. And so we have the... Oh, there you go. One of the soldiers. So Bouxfhades, as you arrive at the garrison with the other soldiers who, were making pretty good, decent pace, they kind of look up and they see this exchange of magic, javelins, and the like being done in the upper floors of the building. One of the soldiers looks over and at the guy on the bull and says, "Sir, I think we found the intruders." The guy on the bull says, "Move in, apprehend them, make sure they do not escape." The soldier looks at you, Bouxfhades, and says, "It looks like you'll get your chance to prove yourself, recruit." As the soldiers are gonna start moving inside the building to try and catch up to Derek, Drakgar, and the rest, and Alexandria.
Oh boy.
So, 5, 10, 10, 15, 25, 30. You can.
What's that soldier doing in the corner over there? Is he just looking? He just eating his food and looking at us?
Hey, thank you. Thanks for reminding me that is not an initiative.
I would let them over there be like, you know what? You're right. He'll just be eating and watching.
I had my dice roller open and I didn't even see the guy.
You know, now you can thank Pumo for reminding me that he existed.
Great,
what's
now he's
the-
got one.
Of course.
so
He's gonna
this
die too
guy-
anyway, it's
let me
fine.
Just make sure I got the map on the first floor correctly. That way I don't just have him move anywhere. Choose side. Hold on, just need to make sure I have the hallways here correctly so that I can use this movement accordingly. 5, 10, 10, 10. Okay, cool. In that case, choose side, move back to the other side. So I need to know where the path was at. Alright, so this guy's just gonna move 5, 10, 10, 25, 30, dashing to kind of begin to make it upstairs. But not quite. You do, however, see this guy kind of enter the building, and you hear his footsteps getting closer. He is like
Okay.
right around here. Oh, my bad. One back. There we go. You hear his footsteps getting closer to the upper floor. Derek and Drakgar and Alexandria. Bouxfhades, it is your turn.
I tell the soldier, yeah, I'll go take care of these guys. And then I start moving into the building. Where do I have to go to get up here? Do I have to go through the building? Or do I
Yes,
have to go...
unless you want to risk climbing without any, regular, grip, you would otherwise enter, go all across the mess hall onto the first set of stairs.
Okay. As I'm running toward the building, I shout really loudly, "I'm gonna catch you, intruders," hoping that the my companions hear me and notice me.
Say, dick. I wouldn't.
You'll never take me alive, Copper.
You're cringe.
So are you running into the building?
Yeah, I'm gonna run into the building to try to get up to where they are.
Okay, so you're going to be moving. As soon as I can get the ruler to work with me. You're moving 5, 10, 15, 20. You would enter a large sort of mess hall-like area where you can just go across the hall onto the room, onto the stairs over here. So you will be like right at the bottom of the stairs if you were to dash all the way there. Is that what you want to do?
Yeah, that's what I want to do.
Okay, so you guys hear Bouxfhades say, "I'll get you, Spider-Man," and just yell up there at you guys. Boy.
Issue.
The soldier. Now you get to work with mountain combatant rules in D&D. Alright. So here's what the soldier's gonna do. They're not gonna enter the building, but they will enter the courtyard. They're gonna command their mount to move forward during their turn and just stay right here while they themselves ready an action. What that action is, the answer will surprise you.
Get
Oh
jumped.
no.
This other soldier. You hear this guy say, "Alright, you heard me quite a lot, but not anymore." He can't quite see you guys from there, So instead, he's gonna move up, use almost all of his movement to just get up the ladder. Gets basically to right in front of Derek, against the edge of the roof of the building. You see this guy? He looks pretty fucking bad. He's gonna attempt to hit you with a short. With his spear. My bad. With a spear. I'm gonna roll a 1d2. One is Derek. 2 is Drakgar.
2. Come on, 2. 2. Yeah, dude, 2. Yeah.
Hold on, he's rolling the die. Drakgar is gonna attempt to hit you with the spear.
Yawn.
Missing.
Easy.
Just kick him
This
down.
other soldier. This one is let's see. He's gonna aim upwards and ready an action. With his short bow. This other soldier is gonna draw his short bow and ready an action as he moves to this window of the watchtower.
Your
Except
mom suck.
it's your turn.
Just nuke him.
I'm going to fly in the air.
Turn
How
tax
many-
mode on.
How many feet up?
I'll let you know in just a second. So that guy right there is still conscious, correct?
Correct. They are currently on the roof with the Derek and Drakgar in front of them.
Oh, fuck. Wait, see. Okay, that's fine. I'll fly. Uh, 20 feet up. I'll fly 10 feet up first. And, I'm going to speak while I'm looking directly at this, Gorgon that Pumo charmed.
Geigen.
Geiger, sorry. I don't
Actually,
know.
you flying 10 feet up will trigger the ready action of this soldier over there. They were waiting for someone to be visible for them to shoot.
That's fine.
So, first that one,
Oh,
That was it.
an 18 hits. Alright.
Damage. Knew it.
Only 2 points of piercing.
oh wow.
Wow,
It
2
just, it
damage.
just grazed. If you cast
Clipped her
it.
wing.
So, continue, Exandri.
I'm going to look at him and take the arrow out of my shoulder and then twist it around in my hand and start notching it into my own Cupid's bow.
She's firing it back at him.
And I'm going to still look at this dude straight in the eyes. Hold on. Get down.
So my cat does.
Yeah, I'm guessing cat. Dude.
No.
Back. No cat can't jump in the room.
All the way. No. You're in trouble. Listen, when I say no, it means no. No. I don't care. I'm gonna fly 10 feet up. I'll take that arrow out of my shoulder, re-notch it into my own bow. But I'm talking to the whatever that we charmed, and I'm gonna be like, we are not the Dragonlords. We do not associate ourselves with the Dragonlords. We do not aspire to be the Dragonlords. We detest everything that they stood for and everything they did and accomplished. We are the Dawnbreakers, and we do not wish anybody harm. We come here simply for an item that was stolen from us. A relic that belonged to one of our ancestors. Do what you want with that information.
The Geigen says, so it is all of you. Commander Gaius was really specific about apprehending you all. Don't worry, he ordered us not to kill you. But
I
but if you-
won't kill any of you. But I do let that fucking arrow go back towards the dude that shot me.
Okay, so go ahead and roll the attack.
As I'm talking, I just side shoot it.
12 will not hit, sadly.
That's okay.
Anything else?
All we want is the item, and we will leave. And then I'm going to fly the rest of the 20 feet up in the air. To be 30 feet up.
One of the soldier that is on the on the Iron Bull says, "If what you say is true, then drop your weapons and surrender. If you're here to just get something, then I'm certain Commander Gaius will agree to talk to you if you come in peace."
I'm gonna exit that one. Can I insight check
Yeah,
that?
can I detect the
You
fuck
can-
out of that?
You can insight check him.
Damn it.
Ooh.
Can I insight check him? Might as well since I'm here as well.
Sure.
Yeah, I don't believe in him. I don't believe any of those guys. They be wearing those blue jerseys. I don't like them. It's insight. There it is. Good. Blue jerseys don't.
1825. You believe that he believes what he says.
Oof. I
Like,
like that wording.
from the sound of it, he is 100% convinced that, that if you're delivered peacefully to Gaius, there will be no further conflict. He seems to sound very honest for someone who's currently on the opposite side of the weapons being pointed at you. So
So basically, he's
no.
honest, but he doesn't really know how Gaius is gonna respond.
I mean, yeah, to get a little bit meta, for a moment here.
From
It's almost as if he was given the explicit orders to not kill you, apprehend you, and deliver you to Gaius. And again, he seems to believe that if you just comply, everything will go peacefully.
Guys, do we tell him what we did to
You watch me
So
spin
are
my
we-
bow around and put it back up as I'm just flying
Are-
30 feet in the air.
Are we still in combat, or am I free to move up the rest of the stairs at this point?
We're still in combat.
Okay.
But first of all, I'll ask you guys, the party. Do you guys put down your weapons and surrender?
I did it put it away.
My heart hurts so much because I've never surrendered towards any since fighting the soldiers of Sydon. But if the group has to,
We don't really have
I'll
to, but-
swallow my pride and I'll surrender. Fucking
I guess I'll go with the plan.
swear to God.
So you just hear ting, ting, ting of your weapons hitting the ground. For those of you who have weapons, for those who are casters, you may let go of. You may put away your arcane focus. As you hear, as the soldiers hear the weapons being dropped. One of the guy who's on top of the Iron Bull says, "Shall we take that as a sign of your surrender?"
Yeah.
I guess.
Very
Pride
well.
really hurts right now.
Then do not resist as we send some of our men your way to, restrain your arts.
Yeah.
So now can I move up?
Now you can move up.
Okay, I'm gonna first move up the stairs and go to Drakgar to tie his hands. And as I'm tying his hands, I whisper in his ear.
What's it called? There was one soldier ahead of you, Bouxfhades.
Okay.
What's it called? As you're about to head up the roof with this soldier, he kind of looks at you and hands you over like a pair of manacles, and says, "All right, recruit, use this. I'll go fetch another pair for the other ones."
Yeah, I'll take care of the big guy first, since he seems like the biggest threat.
What's it called? Let me get rid of this intense music.
I mean,
Hold on.
I had it muted, not gonna lie. I had it a little muted, so I didn't know what kind of music it was.
What's it called? So you head up the roof as the rest of the soldiers begin to move up. The soldier that was standing in front of you, Derek and Drakgar, bloody to shit, beaten the fuck up. He looks over at you guys, using his spear to kind of support his way, and he looks at you guys and says, "You probably took down quite a couple of us while you were infiltrating. Don't worry,
One.
I'll follow the soldiers of my superior. For now." As you know, one by one, the soldiers begin to storm the building. What's it
How many
called?
days were we at sea again? I forgot. How many
3.
days were we at
3.
sea? Got it. So 3 days into sea, we're captured by the soldiers beside him. Seems good, guys. Seems very good.
So can I go up to Drakgar now, or
Yeah, you guys, you can go up to Drakgar as a couple of soldiers begin to storm the building. One of them does like go over to Exandria and gestures you to get the fuck down so he can put the manacles on you.
so I move up behind Drakgar and quietly whisper in his ear and say, I have a plan. Just stay calm, and reassure him that I'm on his side without saying it out loud.
All right, and then I'll just look at him. I'm not gonna like nod like I heard anything, but kind of like give him a sign that I understand, and then just proceed.
And then I put the manacles on his wrist.
One by one, the soldiers begin to put the manacles on you guys. Begin to take away your weapons. Your armor not just yet, because obviously that would be awkward. But they do take away your weapons and arcane foci. What's it called?
Eyes.
What do you say?
They take out my eyes, my charming personality, and eyes.
Take away your bard instruments because they know you're a bard. Because that's very. You guys are very well known in the land. They know exactly what your abilities are. So take away Drakgar's hammers and axes and javelins. Take away the shortbow cupidity. Take away.
I never came down to the ground.
I mean, yeah, no, I know, but I'm just for so that is clear. You know, they're taking away your weapons. They kind of bring you guys down to the courtyard, where you're like kind of face to face to the guy on top of the bull and the other Gigan. As they kind of look over at you, the guy on the bull says, "You know what? Part of me was very afraid that you would try to stab us in the back, recruit. But I suppose you did quite a good job. I'll make sure that
I told you.
I'll make sure Commander Gaius hears of this bravery of yours."
Madge.
I appreciate it, and I would like to help you escort these prisoners back to the sails, if I can.
I want to know what's going through Porunga's mind at the moment.
They even here.
Porunga and Lizzie are just trotting along the forest, herping and burping.
Well, I mean, I assume they were close enough to see me get captured.
Nah, Lizzie took him back to the ship.
At some point, one of the soldiers kind of walks up and says, "Sir, I heard from some of the other men that they spotted a very large ship on along the shores. It hasn't made landfall yet, but it's not one of our own." The captain looks at you guys and says, "Reinforcements, perhaps? Or a ransoming party? It matters not. You will be delivered to Commander Gaius as per specifications. He will decide your fate." As he kind of gestures at the Gigans to get the fuck over here, he looks at one of the soldiers and says, "Since a couple of our own were injured during their infiltration, make sure that their lives are not at risk. Find them, provide them medical attention as stated. Commander Gaius made sure that none of us waste our lives without needing to. And I intend to
So they find the people on the other side of the wall.
And I intend to keep that order." What were you saying, Alexander?
She was just reiterating, like, none of your men are dead. They're all perfectly fine. They're just knocked out, tied up to the side of the.
To the
I
side of the
understand.
garrison. You did quite a handiwork, I suppose. The soldiers are kind of directed to the to the other side of the garrison. You hear one of them shout out, "Sir, we found them. They look, well, one of them looks very pale, as if, some form of asphyxiation took place. The other one of their arms is bended in a strange way. The captain looks at you guys. The captain looks at you guys, kind of narrows his eyes, and then looks back at the other and says, "Take them to the medical beds. Make sure that they're treated accordingly." So they kind of bit of a fast forward here. After making sure that their men are indeed not at risk of dying, the captain kind of does like a gesture with his hand, seems to signal all of the soldiers to get the fuck out of there. You guys will be taken away from the garrison towards the center of the island.
Did the captain let me come with? He never responded.
He
Okay.
allowed you to walk with him. Because from his
Great.
perspective, a kind stranger showed up and helped them apprehend some intruders.
Wait, did they just let me fly? I never came down.
No, they did tell you that you're gonna walk because everybody else is walking. You're gonna walk as well.
I think I'll fly, but you can still have my boat.
No, you are walking. You're the surrender party. You do not get to set the terms of your surrender.
I did say I would surrender. I'm just not a walker.
Well, I'll think of this as good training if you ever decide to side with the correct side.
You could just I have a rope on me. We could just tie her hands and let her fly through the air, and I'll drag her by a rope.
I'm not
Like a freaking balloon.
I'm not going to treat a prisoner of Commander Gaius as a living kite.
Good joke, bro. Good joke. That was actually pretty good.
I will float down and sit on Bouxfhades' shoulder.
What?
Now you're a pet. You're a parrot now. What the?
My
The
chicken is like
soldiers,
60 pounds.
the soldiers look suspiciously at you guys.
Oh no.
Offered
Specifically,
to hold me like a balloon, so I guess he can still hold me.
they specifically look at Bouxfhades like, hold on, what's going on here?
Look at them and say, "Look, guys, I don't know what the fuck this is about, but if it makes her happy, can we please move on? I'm ready to get going."
Roll me a persuasion check.
Nat 20, nat 20, nat 20.
Can I assist him by handing over my hands to him from the
Wait,
time?
I'm gonna use my superiority die on commanding presence
By handing over
for my persuasion.
by handing over your what, Alexander?
By like putting my hands over like a cross pattern for him to also tie up, like you mentioned.
Well, you guys were all put like manacles on you, basically. There's like shackles. Well, cuffs, I guess. This will be the modern equivalent to them. All right, yeah, you can use your superiority die.
Before that, I
Is that
want to make a
perception?
joke. I want to make a joke. to give-
Persuasion. Yeah, go ahead.
Well, Derek wanted to do something before.
Yeah.
Yeah,
make
Derek,
a
what
joke.
were you saying? Yeah.
I was gonna make a joke to Bouxfhades to give him a bardic inspiration, saying, winged lady as your pet sounds pretty funny, huh?
Okay.
Okay.
I thought it said,
Compliment. It's a compliment. Sure you are.
Was that a?
I'm just a princess.
Oh
wait,
no.
compliment. It's
I
a
clicked the
compliment.
wrong damn. I clicked performance. That's my bad.
Okay, it's fine.
I mean, what is your persuasion modifier? It's
It's
performances
+3,
+3. Okay, so then roll me the.
and then my
fucking-
D8.
Roll me the D8.
7. Okay. Now roll your bardic inspiration.
And you have bardic inspiration if you want to use it now.
Yeah, how do I use that? What is that? A
just
D8 again?
Just an additional D8. Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Okay.
15 or 16, whatever it was.
Okay, so you you say that. The little suspicious looks still remain for like a little bit, but they don't like, accuse you of also confabulating with the intruders. One of them just says, man, whatever floats your boat, man. Your boat, man." One of the soldiers says, the captain, kind of bringing everybody in line, just gonna go, all right, whatever. You have a very strange custom. Is this how they surrender in Siren society?
Um, yes, honestly. I don't know if you know this, but we are not really quite handled for long distance walking or traversing up dark inclined mountains. Our boats are quite hollow, we're quite frail. We just tend to like being in the air. If you want to hold me, that's perfectly fine.
He's gonna insight check you.
That one.
He's gonna insight check you just because. Oh, it's rolling.
I mean, you want to know what's funny? My chick hates walking. It's literally in my bio.
Oh, I actually rolled twice. 15.
Hold up, I can call him. Which one was insight checking him? Correct. Which one? I wanna cutting words him.
Cutting words at what?
What?
He's gonna make them roll over.
What are you gonna say? In this situation, mind you, again, surrendered prisoner to the Order of Sydon. What do you say that wouldn't result in summary execution?
Oh, wait. So this is.
Should probably shine your mounts a little bit more. It seems like it's a little dirty on the backside.
Oh my god.
Are you sure you wash it properly?
Oh.
The what's it called? Though obviously you don't believe the bull understands what you said. It does kind of like flare up its nostrils at you, and you notice something that chills you to your very core. Specifically you, Derek. You see, as when you were saying that, you probably leaned over, you probably did a mocking gesture. Regardless of what it is, you see as the ground underneath the, bull, when the smoke, the green smoke comes out of its nostrils, you see as the ground, for a couple of moments, adopts a grayish stone-like texture to it.
Not again.
And
please.
you suddenly understand that you might not want to be on the receiving end of that breath.
Oof.
So to the captain, not to bull. The bull's nice.
I mean, the captain doesn't even acknowledge your comment. I mean, you can roll the cutting words if you wish. I was merely doing the insight check just as a joke. But
I dare you screaming like that, goddamn man! Come on. Was it one? Is that a D4 or D8? Hold on, let me double check.
Oh my god.
God, it's all in the bottom anyway.
This is.
Look, man, I'm helping you. I'm trying to help her out so she doesn't get, or him or whatever, whichever gets her get in trouble. 1D8. That's a 1D8. Okay.
What's it called?
Well, 14 fails. Feels good.
Here's what it is. The captain kind of does like this gesture to the rest of the soldiers. A couple of them split up. With some remain in the garrison to account for damage control. Others, escort you guys to the center of the island. For a moment, let me just move you to the island map for just a couple of seconds while I do something. You guys are gonna be walking from the encircled space for quite a couple of minutes over to the center plateau of the island. It's nighttime, so there's almost nobody out and about that isn't like a patrol guard. What's it called? And when you begin to head to the to the middle of the island, you begin to notice that you're heading the direction of one of the larger set of buildings in the island. This series of rather, how do I describe them? I guess architecturally sound would be a way to call them. From a distance, they look more like temples. Like the type of marble work that you would see on temples of Sidon, or even of the five gods, albeit of course lacking the imagery of those. You see as the the closer you get, the more the banners of the Order of Sydon become ever visually present in this area. You eventually go up a small, a hill to this sort of like very large, very important looking buildings. As you're met with a very large contingent of soldiers that seem to have been standing in formation at the top of the plateau. What's it called? Actually, just for reference, I'm gonna move you guys to this next map. I forgot to place you guys down. One moment. That's my bad. You guys would be able to see like I said, like a large contingent of soldiers kind of standing in rank and file, phalanx-like formation, getting ready to strike at you. Until they notice that you are indeed walking with, with shackles, with manacles on your arms, for all intents and purposes, as a prisoner of the other soldiers. What's it called? The soldiers looks over in your direction, you guys, and one of them shouts, "Are these them?" As the captain behind you guys nods along and says, "Tell Commander Gaius that the prisoners have been apprehended." I realized I was not looking in the correct direction in this in the camera. I know Porunga is there. Don't mind him. Yes, he's for all intents and purposes on a spectator here.
He's like, what's going on here?
The soldiers kind of have one of their own kind of split off and go after, go presumably fetch Commander Gaius. After a couple of seconds, the soldier kind of comes back and says, "The commander will see the prisoners now. He insisted. Post haste." The captain behind you guys says, "You heard him. Through those doors," as he gestures at the at this doors over here. I didn't realize my arrow wasn't pointing. At this doors over here. You guys are ushered in through the doors, finding yourselves in what appears to be a large courtyard, where it seems even more soldiers of the Order of Sydon are at. Seem to have been going through some late night training in regiments. You see a set of stables on the side where even more of those metal bulls are visible. And eventually, the man of the hour. You see an imposing looking figure walk from a set of double doors on the building directly adjacent from you. You've seen this man before, and every time you do so, his rather menacing face, I guess, seems to strike fear and respect in the minds and bodies of those who follow his command. As Commander Gaius, the head of the troops of the Order of Sydon, enters the courtyard. or exits towards the crater rather, looks at you guys. His perpetual scowl on his face, ever unchanging, as he looks at you guys
Stare.
and says, "Well, I must say, I didn't expect you guys to just show up and attempt to assault or base operations. I heard you were bold, I heard you were brave, but I didn't imagine that you would be foolish."
Madge. Stare at him.
You hear another voice that catches you off guard. That kinda... It sounds like a really mocking, youngish sounding voice.
Is it Chandra's?
As you hear someone
I
from
knew
the-
it.
someone from behind the line of soldiers that has formed up says, Now, Gaius, you're being a little bit too rude to our guests. They came all the way here from Mitros just to meet with us. Or, well, with you, rather, I suppose. As you turn around, you turn to the side, you see Chandra's head priest of the cult of Lutheria in approach with the most shit-eating smile you've ever seen someone approach you with.
I told you guys. I told all you guys. You're so bad.
Derek, shut up.
I told you. I told
Chandra looks at you, Derek, and says, "Oh, please. If you have something to say, do speak your mind. I am, of course, very self-aware that I'm not particularly liked amongst many people." As he kind of puts like a shoulder, he puts like an elbow on the shoulder of the soldier directly next to him, and and the soldier just kind of brushes him aside, trying to maintain formation. Chandra just kind of does like the arms up, didn't mean nothing by it, kind of gesture. As he looks back at you guys, Gaius looks
I'm
at
gonna
you.
be like,
Go
I'm
ahead.
gonna be like, no worries, Chandras. There's no way you're disliked as much as Derek.
Well,
Sure about that?
that means high praise coming from you. Truly, I mean it. It is not often one gets to receive such praise from heroes of legend, Dawnbringers, whatever title you wish to have. Gaius kind of looks over at Chandras and says, "Is there a point to your interruption, Chandras?" Chandras just kind of shrugs and says, No, I overheard some of your soldiers speak of new arrivals, and I just wanted to make sure I was here to meet them myself. And I must say, you surprise me. Genuinely, you do. To just waltz in like this in the middle of enemy territory. Many would call you foolish, but I call you interesting. And oh, go ahead.
I was gonna say, well, we wouldn't have come at all, you see, except, a relic that my auntie gave me. Well, she told us that, Gaius had the hand that, belonged to it, and, well, we just came to ask for it back.
Sean just
Guy
kinda
inside.
puts like a hand to his chin. Again, the smile creeping up on his face, like never before. As he just kinda raises an eyebrow and says, "Is that so?" Gaius kinda looks over at you, but before he's able to direct his words to you, he looks over at the the captain that escorted you guys here, and at you, Bouxfhades. And just kinda asks the captain,
Sorry.
bless you. Just kinda asks the captain, "Who is this one in front of you?" As the captain stands at attention. Well, not doesn't really stand at attention because he's still on the back of the bull. But kinda says, Yes, sir, Commander Gaius, sir. This one claims to be a traveler from the mainland, here to attempt to join our ranks. In fact, he managed to agree and apprehended some of these intruders himself. Gaius looks at you, Bouxfhades, and kind of walks over a little bit closer and says, "Boy, step forward."
Oh no.
He kind of walks up, so he's like face to face with you. How tall is Bouxfhades?
I'm 6'3".
Fine.
6'3". He's ever so slightly taller than you. He, Gaius, looks at you. Seems to. It's almost as if his eyes go through you. He's looking through you and says, "So, you're thinking of joining the ranks of our order, is that correct?"
Yes, that's correct.
"And you just so happen to arrive the same day that these intruders make their way here. Is that correct?"
Yeah, it was honestly kind of surprising. I didn't see anyone approach the island as I was coming to the island, so we must have come from different sides.
"Yes. That is surprising." He again looks you like very directly. You feel the pressure from this man's aura, almost. If this was, I think the JoJo menacing signs begin to appear around Gaius as he stares you down. He says, not to you, but to the soldiers. He says, "Keep an eye out on this one. For the time being, you will be allowed to stay. But if we find out that this is all some elaborate plot, then you, my men, and myself will give you no quarrel."
You're gonna die.
Oh, you broke up. I lost all of that. I heard
He said
I heard
that he basically told the soldiers to keep an eye out on you. That you may stick around for now. But if he realizes that you're up to something, that he'll have his men beat the shit out of you.
I tell him, look, I'm in for the long haul if I can get one of those cool metallic bull things.
"You're far off from learning how to ride a Gorgon."
Edge.
Wait, what did he call
Well,
it?
hopefully,
Gorgon.
Wait,
Gorgon.
we need the plot of it. That thing bleeds.
You don't know.
I didn't say that in game. That was totally out of game.
Yeah, you don't know if it bleeds or not.
But I looked at him and I said, well, it looks like I've got some work ahead of me.
I look over at it and I'm like, that's a Gorgon?
I think I've seen this.
What's it called? Gaius then looks at the rest of you guys. And he says, "It sounds like you arrived here with a purpose. And much like before, you have words to give. And I don't have a lot of time to spare.
Sure.
So, before you start spouting off whatever it is you're going to do so. I'm going to make something very, very clear. There is no real way that you can use your ever so famous rhetoric on us.
Look at her.
Honeyed words will fall on deaf ears. What we care about is not grandstanding. It's not idealistic conversations. We are realists. We live in the here and the now, as is the will of the Lord of Storms. So I'll give you your time to speak your part.
Um,
Hold on,
As-
before you say anything. Looking at our time, that is sadly where
Oh,
we'll
no.
end the
Oh.
session.
Oh my.
We should have gone to the next island, guys, not the first one.
That's what I'm saying.
We should have. Next
I don't know
time.
how the fuck I'm gonna get you out of this mess.
listen, Gaius is actually super honorable, though he's gay and like nobody likes him. He is still super honorable. Chandras is low key rooting for us, so we got
No,
that
he's
too.
not. Lies. He's a
So you're
bad
the
guy.
only.
I don't know
Kubo,
where
you're the only one who thinks so,
I
bro.
don't know where you got the idea that Gaius is gay. If anything, he seemed pretty asexual so far.
Gaius.
He's
No,
he's
listen,
saying it like means
just 'cause we
cringe.
call him
He's not
Gaius.
saying
Oh,
it's not.
okay.
He's not saying that he's actually gay. He's just basically saying cringe.
I was gonna say, if anything, he seems pretty asexual to me.
Produce with himself. What?
What's it called? But yeah,
make more than one
sadly,
Gaius.
that is where we're gonna end the session for now, as the party are now prisoners of the Order of Sydon. The only exception to this being Bouxfhades and Porunga, who we'll figure out what happens there with Porunga.
Bro, Porunga's gonna not be so confused.
Puruga and frickin' Wizard are just waltzing in the background. And they just show up right after.
Puruga, Wizzy, Lizzie went back to the boat. Well, they're all dead. Let's go.
Right.
True.
What's it called?
Now, Wizzy, Lizzie's super intelligent now. They would have tracked us pretty fine.
Yeah, you guys got yourself in quite a pickle.
And it turned into, we're like, okay, we'll surrender. Oh, now it's even bigger. And,
you guys got yourselves in quite a pickle here. But
shit
don't
show turned into a
worry.
bigger shit show into a bigger shit show.
I'm certain you guys will figure out a way to get out of this one.
Look, all I can say is I'm just glad not all of us were captured. That's the main thing.
Oh shit. He's a bad guy. Listen, guys. Come on, please. Beg you.
I'm not a bad
Yeah.
guy. I told Drak that I was gonna help him.
And yet you didn't tell me that, so you're a bad guy. Bad guy.
No.
Drak will move the information to you two when y'all are together in your cell.
You're gonna be wearing blue. That makes you a bad guy automatically. Sorry.
So
Guilty by association.
I mean, hey,
typical
you know-
bear.
Yep, exactly. 100%. Of course.
maybe Bouxfhades will pull out his secret hitman side and begin taking them out one by one in a way of accidents. You know-
Yeah, just push him off the edge, like I learned from someone else.
Both of these is definitely you.
Definitely not for me. You didn't see shit.
What's it called? But yeah, oh shit, I forgot to end the recording. For those of you who are watching this on YouTube, please continue watching, cause holy shit, as the DM, even I'm not quite sure how the party is gonna get out of this one.
Right,
but-
next time.
but you
The
know,
portal, guys.
don't worry, the adventure is not over. It's just we're entering
It's
the
okay.
the
It's
prison
okay. All
arc.
Puruga has to do is walk up in the bitch and drop a fireball.
You know, the adventure's not over. It's just we're entering the Prisoners of Sidon arc. You know, let's see how long it takes for our party to get away from the clutches of Gaius and his order. Will they manage to convince the Order of Sidon to, you know, stop fighting? Will Chandras be a good guy or a bad guy? Will maybe he ends up pulling like a Vegeta and joins the crew? You know,
Hell yeah, dude.
Totally has Vegeta energy.
Guy,
I
already,
know.
look at that
On the
bad
next
guy, I knew it.
episode of Dragon Ball Z.
Yeah, on the next
about
episode
next
of
time?
Odyssey of
Okay.
the Dragonlords. But for now, that'll be it for this session.
Of Odyssey of the Dawnbreaker.
For